Hello, world. We are here. Episode 9 of Ball Don't Lie, right on time. Um, Hi, how's everyone doing? But today should be a fun one. I think today is a day where we get to talk about all the hypotheticals we want, live in fantasy land, dream a little bit, talk about what could have been if certain things went differently. This is obviously going to be one that sticks close to my heart personally. Um, But today we're going to talk about some what ifs throughout NBA history. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we have a couple of the biggest what ifs in recent history on the thumbnail. But I wanted to just spend some time talking about some players where things maybe didn't go the way that they could have gone for reasons maybe out of their control, maybe within their control, whatever, and how good those players truly were, and if history has forgotten them or whatever the case may be. Before I talk about what I want to talk about, I think everyone knows what I want to talk about. Real talk. Do you have anyone that comes to mind when you hear what if in NBA?
I think there are some regular ones that occurred. So Grant Hill is one that immediately comes to mind. Greg Oden is another one that immediately comes to mind. Brandon Roy is another one. Penny Hardaway, yes. Penny actually is one of my more intriguing ones because people really don't understand how good Penny was so quickly. It was like, oh, year two, we're all NBA. Like it's not like, yeah, we're like a pretty good player. It's like, no, we're one of the best players in the world already. So that was fun. Definitely would have liked to see where he could have gone. And definitely had a very enjoyable game. Len Bias, of course. Um, for me though, it's two players that typically you wouldn't say, oh, they're not a what if. But Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant.
Oh, okay. Explain.
I feel like Kobe, um, he was dealing with knee injuries and had a knee surgery pretty early in his career. Um, Pretty sure before the '04 year, he had a knee surgery. Um, and when he comparing people to Jordan and LeBron, one thing that they definitely like had for sure. I know Jordan did have the foot injury, but like for the most part, it's fun to watch players be able to get better and don't have to um rehab during the off season, but just continue to get better at a sport. And so that's when you kind of see like these linear progressions of play. Like we've seen it like Jokic is never hurt. Like Jokic is never hurt. He's never rehabbing anything for real. So we're just seeing Jokic just stack these years where he's getting better physically and skill wise. And so now we're like, oh damn. Well, is he going to be better this time? And this every year it feels like it's the new best Joker year, right? Same with Shea, right? Shea's never not dealing with any particular injury, and so like this progression is linear. Um, Dwayne Wade, somebody who was dealing with knee injuries and knee concerns before even getting to the NBA, we kind of knew for him it was inevitable. It was just kind of just a matter of time. But man, if D Wade has some good knees, that's uh that's a really good player, man. People
I agree.
really like.
I agree.
I know. I'm supposed to be like, yeah, Shea clears '09 Wade right now, bro. I saw some '09 Wade tape like yesterday. It just popped up on my feed or something. I'm like, yeah, maybe I do need to reconsider. That brother was good. That brother was a specimen,
He was
bro.
good.
Damn.
He was good. I do like that. I do consider Wade a what if. I do like when like we have an all-time great like a Dwayne Wade but we can still acknowledge that even that wasn't the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
Kobe was definitely an interesting one for you to go with. But it
I
makes
mean,
sense.
that's
It makes
me,
sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Shout out to the jerseys in the back. But yeah, D Wade in particular, just how good he was. I'm definitely very high on peak Dwayne Wade. Just as this combo guard who could get into the paint whenever he wanted, elite floater, agility, all of that stuff. And quite frankly, to your point, yeah, his knees were hanging on by a thread from before he got drafted. So it was already a matter of time of just how long are you going to get D Wade for. And we managed to get about 8, 9, 10 years of Dwayne Wade's just being a good player. We got a few years of superstardom. We got him being the top 5 player in the league. I would say D Wade was a top 3 player in the league for a couple years in the late 2000s. I don't know how everyone would agree with that, but I definitely believe that. And seeing that and then what he became, but then seeing how much was left on the table definitely does, I think, qualify him for being a what if. I do like the Penny Hardaway shout. He's definitely someone who I'm very high on. When you said All NBA year 2, All NBA first team year 2, just to All NBA first team in year 2. For anyone wondering, top 3 in MVP year 3. This is the level of player we're talking about. I implore you go back and watch Penny Hardaway. We're talking about 6-7 point guards who could score from multiple levels. Elite mid-range game, create separation, get downhill, get to the rim, elite passer, play passing lanes, Penny Hardaway was amazing. But anyway, I think everyone knows who my what if is. I think everyone knows. And it's sad because I think we spoke about him the other day on Monday, and it's over. We can, I think now is official what if. Just it's over.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid. Someone who, similar to Dwayne Wade, came in already with major concerns. So it did make sense that he was playing on borrowed time. And what he did with that borrowed time, unfortunately, it never led to like a championship in 2006. Like, it never led to that. But what we saw was for a few years, I would say from 21 to 24, one of the highest peaks at the center position I think we've ever seen. And that's a position that's stacked. So we're talking about Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Shaq, Hakeem, Jokic now, throwing the guys like David Robinson, Dwight Howard, Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, blah, blah, blah.
I think Embiid's peak is the top 10 peak of all time. I think you truly believe that. And I think in the back of your head, you are pissed. You are absolutely pissed that he was not able to be healthy during some of those playoff runs, because he was setting your regular season. He had that down pat. By the time we got to like 22, 23, it was like, oh yeah, he's just going to be a dominant regular season player. Cool. Got that. Mastered that part. Now we can just get a year or 2 of playoff translation. Oh yeah, you would have been screaming from the mountaintops. That's a top 10 peak. That's a top 10 peak. I know you would.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I can't say it's a top 10 peak because availability and playoff translation, although I'm very quick to acknowledge the lack of playoff translation, I think, is in part because he's never healthy in the playoffs.
Right.
But like, if you just tell me I watch Joel Embiid, I watch X player, in and around the top 10 is, that's how high I am on that Joel Embiid. But it's similar to like we spoke about Pete Kobe Bryant a couple of weeks ago. It's like, I would have the Joel Embiid conversation with a lot of players. Does that mean he would end up 9 or 10? Maybe, I don't know. But I would have the conversation. That peak Joel Embiid against X player. And from what I saw, we're talking about in 23 and 24, an 105 game sample in the regular season. He averaged 33.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 54% from the field on a shot diet that we all saw. While being one of the best defenders in the sport. I don't know how many guys peaked higher than that. We're talking about a point per minute, elite in isolation, get to the line whenever you want, shooting 85+% from the free throw line as a 7'1" human being, mid-range game all the way on 10, can make catch and shoot threes. He could ISO you from 3. I seen the step back 3 over Jokic. We seen, I don't know what to tell you, 47, 18, and 7. We seen him give Anthony Davis a triple double in 29 minutes. We seen it. I seen it. But unfortunately, he just wasn't healthy. And do I think if he was healthy in all these playoffs, he would have immediately translated that regular season stuff to the playoffs? Maybe not. I do think there were literal limitations within his game that are beyond injuries, such as his tunnel vision, some of his playmaking stuff, the fact that double teams could fluster him. So I'm not saying he would have just translated seamlessly to the playoffs and not dropped off. Yeah. But I definitely do think we missed out on seeing him in the postseason healthy one time. The only time I would say we saw him healthy in the postseason was 2020 in the bubble. And that was a year where his second best player didn't play. That roster was debilitated. I still think he averaged 30 in that series, by the way. He did 30. So it's just unfortunate we never got to see Joel Embiid healthy in the playoffs. Even the last time we saw him in the playoffs in 24, the knee was messed up, his face was messed up, and he still managed to average 34, give us a 50-point game in there, was the best player in the series in my humble estimation. And that was with one leg and half a face. So it's just the level of player we saw from Joel Embiid, the fact that we never got to see it healthy in the postseason, the fact that we never got to see him go on a deep playoff run, I do think he is one of the biggest what-ifs ever. It was a genuine time where it was arguable him, Giannis, Jokic. They were the 3 best players on the planet. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew they were the 3 best players in the world. Now, 2 years later, Embiid's MVP is a sympathy MVP that no one ever thought he deserved. When at the time, a lot of people were claiming that Embiid should have been the MVP, not just that year, but should have been the MVP the year prior and should have been the MVP in 2021. People were arguing, I'm not going to let people forget, people were arguing that Embiid should have had his 3rd straight MVP in 2023. That's how people were arguing. And then in 24, people were arguing again, he was going to go back-to-back. So we're not going to forget what was going on. Joel Embiid had a case of 4 straight MVPs. That's how people were talking about him. And now, obviously, Jokic went on to win a championship. Giannis has done everything he's done from 21 and then all of that stuff. So it's like, oh, Embiid was never in these talks. Yeah, I'm not going to let people forget. Because I know
Luka emerges.
Yeah, Luka emerged and did what he did at the end of 24. So people kind of forgot what was happening in the first half of the 24 season when there was a man averaging 35 a game and was going to guarantee himself all defensive first team, by the way. That's how good he was playing on defense. So, no, second team, because really get better. First, second team, whatever. That's how good he was on defense. And then obviously he got hurt, everything that's unfolded since that season. He has played 28 games. And those 28 games have been a shell of himself, to say the least. This year has been rough. You spoke about the movement, the minutes restrictions, the fact that the moment they ramped his minutes up, because I think the last game he played before he missed a lot of time was the Toronto game. He just had like 30, I think, against the Raptors. And then he missed 2 weeks. It's like the moment they started ramping him up to 25 minutes, he got hurt. Now, I will say, in 2 of his last 3 games, he's played 30 minutes. So, 24 Embiid coming back? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, that's my thoughts on a what if. Joel Embiid. You spoke about Dwyane Wade and Kobe Bryant. You guys are going to be allowed to come up here. I have sent the link in the chat. I will put it in the chat again. Feel free to come up, talk about Joel Embiid, talk about Dwyane Wade, talk about your own what ifs, and we're gonna live in fantasy land today. It should be fun. We're gonna purely.
Y'all see how Mars gets a glimmer.
When I get to talk about peak Joel Embiid, man, that's basketball. That's basketball heaven. Joel Embiid, like, before you guys come up, you guys stand back. Before you guys come up, Joel Embiid, like, if you loved watching Hakeem, like, you go back and watch Hakeem in the 90s, Joel Embiid was the modern interpretation of that. Like, he didn't post up as much with the same frequency because post ups kind of died out a bit in the league, but he was still one of the 2 best post players in the league. The face up game, the shot creation, all of that stuff. Then the rim protection, the footwork, the fact that he was a big, but he would move like a wing. Like, I don't think we take for granted, like, Kevin Durant's movement is crazy for a 7-footer.
It's absolutely insane.
Embiid is 7'1", 280. And he's moving like a wing. Like, and maybe that contributed to some of his lower extremity injuries. Maybe it did. but the way he could move, the hezzy pull, the way he would face you up, jab, spin, pivot, it was amazing. And then he could just give you the raw post-up work too. He could drop step you. And the thing is, even I forgot, because watching 24 Embiid, that was a master. But even that Embiid, he wasn't moving with the same fluidity in terms of agility downhill, dunking on people, the way like 22 Embiid was.
Mm-hmm.
So like even 24 Embiid, who I still think was amazing and is the best Embiid because of everything he did and he mastered the mid-range. But if you go back and watch when James Harden first got to Philly, the way Joel Embiid was moving, like in terms of downhill, dunking on people, there was a time he up fake Jokic, got to the went baseline, reverse dunk. Like, hey man, guys, you can come up, man. You guys, I'm about to shed a tear, man. I'm about to shed a tear. Let's bring some people up. Hi guys, how you guys doing?
Oh man,
doing good.
What's up, Dev?
What's up?
It's been a long time since I seen Dev. Hello, Dev. I seen you on TikTok, Dev. You was in like the cafeteria or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was the Tinderism meme. Yeah.
That's what I seen. Yeah.
I'm getting very busy, but I'm getting back to the sports, talking on the stuff. I heard 2K. Nobody plays 2K, so that's why I don't be in Discord. So.
Yeah, 2K died. But we're not here for 2K. What ifs, man? Talk to me, guys. Who are you guys? What ifs? What guys do you think about and you think we missed out on seeing this guy be so much more? Who are you guys? Who are you guys thinking about?
So are we going based off like for example, is Kawhi Leonard to y'all consider what if?
If you think Kawhi's a what if, talk to us.
Kawhi's definitely a what if to me.
Yeah, if you talk to us, what makes Kawhi a what if?
I think I was saying like the criteria because like for me he's not really that big what if because we have seen his peak. I'm kind of leaning more towards like I'm gonna say Ben Simmons. He's more of a what if because that year I forgot. I think it was 2018 where he had like a crazy breakout year. He was just running transition like he was literally modern day Magic Johnson. Was passing, playmaking. If he would have kept it up, I think he's in my opinion the biggest freaking nature what if because if Ben Simmons never like his mental would never got messed up, he'd be legit a problem. So I think he's like
I didn't realize how emotional today's episode would make me, man.
Like he's that first like raw player. He's like the first demigod like built like from that 2017 now. So I know everybody talking about AJ. He's like demigod-ish. People say Jalen Johnson, but I think Ben Simmons is a what if because he legit would have been. I think when it went down and been the greatest defense, not the greatest defense player all time, but the top 30 defender all time. I'm just giving it a range. I really believe he was like would have been that good defense. I think he could legit guard it 1 through 5. That's how good that Ben Simmons was. Well, he was going to be before he fell down.
What?
The defense went away. It wasn't just like the offense. The defense also kind of started to disappear. I mean, his back.
I think a back issue will do that to your defense. Yeah. Offensively, I think it's probably more of a mental thing alongside the back. Like the fluidity obviously just died. But I do think mentality did play a part of it. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Ben Simmons, that Philly team, Markelle Fultz. Like I don't think you guys know Markelle Fultz. Do you guys know how good Markelle was supposed to be? Like Markelle Fultz.
That's one of the most interesting stories I've ever seen in basketball. Like I don't know. Markelle Fultz was really good, man. And then he just got to the league and just forgot how to shoot a basketball. I've never seen such a thing in my life. Yeah, he had a shoulder injury or something.
Gotta be a curse or something. Mas, this is like talking about the 3 kids you had to give up, like reluctantly they just took away from you.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I came up with this idea and now here I am. I'm just depressed. But yeah, that whole Philly team, like if Embiid stayed healthy, if Markelle didn't forget how to shoot a basketball.
If Kawhi doesn't double dunk it off the rim, like
and if Kawhi gets called for the travel, he should have got called for. Yeah.
Stop hating.
They keep Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not gonna lie. I consider Markelle more of a what if than Ben Simmons.
I agree.
For the simple reason we at least got to see Ben Simmons live up to some of his star potential. Markelle, the moment he got drafted, couldn't do the thing that made him so special. I'm not saying that his shooting was the thing that made him like the number 1 pick, but it was the shot creation, the fact that he could shoot from all 3 levels, get downhill, and then he got to the league. The guy could. Did you watch him shoot free throws? Like it was.
It was
Yeah, it was
nasty.
bad.
I've never.
nasty.
Someone has like a weird feedback in the mic, by the way. I don't know what it is. But it's. I don't know. I need him on a podcast because he's out of the league now. I need Markelle on a podcast explaining what happens because I don't know how you explain someone forgetting how to shoot a basketball.
Bro, he was so good in college, bro. Like I'm usually not like college guards to me. They're not really that good most of the time, to be honest with you. And you know, it's something. Yeah, it's something lacking in their game. Like they're usually not a great outside shooter. Like even when I watched like Fox at Kentucky, he wasn't the greatest outside shooter. Malik Monk could shoot, but he didn't really have a handle in college. It's very few times you watch a guard in college that's that young, not like a 4-year player, but like a freshman, and he got the whole package just off rip. Markelle could dribble. He could shoot pull-up threes. He could shoot pull-up middies. He can get to the basket. He could pass. I was like, bro, I don't really.
He could play defense.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, he's 6'5" with long arms.
6'10" wingspan.
It's like, bro.
41% from 3.
This fella out here.
How was he this 6'5" guard who shot 41% from 3, could play the point, could get downhill, could finish with touch and over the top, could shoot in the mid-range, could play defense on the ball, could rim protect. Like, he could literally
I feel like
do
his
everything.
freshman year, he could have started on multiple NBA teams. He was already
Billy really went 3 for 3.
He was already that good. It was incredible. I was
literally,
like, bro,
he could literally do everything. Like, there wasn't a thing he couldn't do. And then he came into the league and then couldn't shoot a basketball. It just And then even then, I think like he ended up breaking like the record for like the youngest triple double or something, like in like his 3rd or 4th like career start or something. And it was without him being able to shoot the ball. So it's like the talent was so obvious. And then he ended up going to Orlando and had to reinvent himself and become a defender. Because like he was just an offensive negative. And it's like Markelle was never meant to be an offensive negative. That was never meant to be what happened to him. And then we end up with a guy who shoots 28% from 3 on 1 attempt a game for his career. It's like, what the? Yeah, okay, I guess. But whatever.
Philly really went 3 for 3. If you think about it, like they got the right pick, but it's just bad luck. So like Joel Embiid, Markelle, and Ben Simmons, those are the right picks. They went 3 for 3, in my opinion. But it's just unfortunate that injuries hit all 3 of them. They had the worst luck. Luckily, Maxey and Vijay Udgecombe is panning out, but it's just sad, man, because Joel Embiid is also, to me, a what if, because he legit, like, is a top 5 scoring big man all time. Like, Joel Embiid's, like, he's, like, when I say modern day Shaq, he's, like, legit dominant. Like, when I was watching 2020, I was watching his film from 2020 to 2023, Mars. There's a 7'2" big man, 280 doing heavy step back, heavy pull, midi, money all the time, and he's just getting the paint. And it doesn't make any sense. The way he was moving, like I saw one play, he did a step back 3 for the buzzer, like when shot clock went off. Like, yeah, he's not human. He's not right.
I have this,
and he did this with no healthy off seasons. By the way, I want to make sure we know that he was improving at this rate, and he was never healthy in the off season. So I don't know where he found time to become this level of offensive player, but every single off season he was hurt, and he comes back. Oh yeah, I can just average 30. But so to your point, we'll talk about you want to see guys like be able to have healthy offseason when you spoke about Kobe and his knee surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Can you find one offseason where Joel Embiid was healthy the whole time?
2020.
Can anyone name 5
1 year, 2020. And guess what? That was 2020 was probably one of the worst years of his prime. He came back the next year MVP caliber.
And it was a shortened offseason.
The one time he got a healthy offseason, the man came back averaging 28 DPOY level defense. Oh yeah, this is what I do when I'm healthy for one summer. But you know, it is.
Can anyone name 5 scorers all time better than Joel Embiid?
Huh?
5 scorers better than Joel Embiid, like peak Joel Embiid. Are there 5 scored better than him all time? Like, definitely, not arguably.
Definitively,
I don't think so, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest. If you say definitively, that regular season Embiid, the only
It's
person I'm confident saying
There's two.
scores the ball better than him is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That's actually
Everyone
KD.
else, I'll have the conversation. That's
I
not saying he
agree.
scores better than them. That's not saying he scores better than
agree.
KD. That's not saying he scores better than James Harden.
Mm.
I'm not saying he does. But
I
the
agree.
only one I will say, yeah, he's a better scorer than that Joel, is Michael Jordan. That's the only one I'll say, yeah.
I have this.
Give me this
speaking
year
of
Shea
conversation.
on that list.
Yo, Shea on that
definitively-
list for sure. Shea on that list for sure.
Like
Definitively,
like
no, but he's in that.
no,
yeah.
I have this take that that if God came down from heaven and told me 24 Joel Embiid is the best big man ever, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm not saying that. That's my prediction that he would say that.
That's why I say if there was a one-on-one tournament in NBA history, give me.
he winning.
Give me
he
Joel
winning.
Well,
I don't get how you stop. I don't understand how you stop that. If you can figure out the answer for how you stop someone 7'2", moving like a wing, can shoot over the top of you, can post you, can overpower you, and can shoot from everywhere. Not to mention, you have to foul him. Like I don't.
Yeah, from an individual attribute
UFC
standpoint, he might be the greatest player of all time. Like from an individual attribute only. If we're removing basketball IQ, durability, all of these things, like just attribute, like skill for skill, talent for talent, he might be the GOAT. Like,
I think that's Wilt.
I have a question. Did y'all think when Joel? I don't know what your analysis. I know it's like he came in the league in 2014. When y'all first saw Joel
Would it
Embiid,
not just still be LeBron? I'm sorry. I'm just.
No, you good.
Today,
I know.
What if he not opposite?
No, but
every possible outcome.
I'm saying to Amir's question about like if you just individualize and just go talent for talent, it's like
their IQ though. Like I'm saying remove IQ, like just the skill level.
But even then, LeBron still might be up there, even without the like with the skill.
If you're removing the IQ, one of the smartest players ever.
I mean, but I'm not gonna lie. If you're talking about just like physical, and then like ball skills, so like physical gifts plus ball skills, like for me, it's like you got Embiid and like KD.
Yeah, KD.
Giving Garnett.
KD's a what if, by the way. We'll get to you guys can talk, but KD's also a what if. But,
I can
I'll let you guys get off what you want to get off. But I'm talking about KD or something.
Kevin Durant, if he never got hurt from 2019 to now, how is he at 30K points right now already?
He's at 31 now.
He probably might be number 2 in the list or number 3 right now if he never got hurt. Like he probably legit be number 1. He'd be top 5 definitively right now if he never got hurt.
I'm waiting on him to retire so Kobe can stay over him.
Yeah, he catching Kobe for sure.
Yeah, he's playing.
He'll catch Kobe probably next season if I had to guess. He's at 31,051 right now, so he's about 2,500 away from Kobe. If I had to guess, he probably retires in 4th. I don't know if he catches number 32. He's 5,000 behind, nearly 6,000 behind him. So I don't know if he catches him. But if he never, and the thing is, people will be like, "Oh, KD's a what if?" Because what if he doesn't tear his Achilles? If he doesn't fracture his foot, like that's also a career-altering injury. Like if you watch KD 2014 and then watch him 2016, he's still amazing. But the fluidity, the movement, the speed, like KD before he fractured his foot is a one-of-one athlete. Like that's what he was.
Yes.
If you guys watch KD before he fractured his foot, that's a one-of-one athlete. I've never seen someone at his size with his frame move the way he did.
He's
it was
so
like
quick.
The agility, the speed, the stride length. Like he was like skinny Giannis in terms of like the way he could maneuver in and around the paint. And then he got 10 free throws a game. And then
in 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014, how old was I at the time? Like 13, 14-year-old, whatever. I was like, nah, this nigga better than LeBron. Hey, that's LeBron.
Nah, when you don't understand like the value of like playmaking, rim pressure.
I'm watching.
Yeah,
when
you just watching KD,
cross up everybody, shoot pull up.
I can't lie. I missed that era. Bro, I missed that. Bro, I can't lie.
Real talk, I missed that. There is something to be said about like the purity of like ignorance where you don't
Yes.
understand like,
Mhm.
oh, what's the value of look off ball play? Whatever.
Yeah.
Let me just watch
watching-
KD and I watch X player. You're not gonna tell me KD
No.
not better than me.
No,
Kobe
I
is the
miss-
one
bro,
player I
I
can
miss that
say
era.
that if you don't
they was
like
going
him, you
band
don't
for
like
band.
basketball.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I don't think you
there
can
was-
not enjoy. I don't think you can not enjoy watching KD play. It doesn't make sense.
Like
Like the KD that was getting downhill, mid range, three, block shots, handle the ball. Like he could do everything.
right, I remember like Kate
playoff
I-
He
drop.
used to get Bron bucks.
Right, no,
as
real
well.
talk.
He
I
still
miss that
does to
era.
this day.
Real talk, I miss that era.
Bron ain't never
Bro.
been able to guard KD. Now they can't
Nah.
really guard each other. But yes,
Bro, I miss that era. I miss that era when it was just those two going band for band. The two best players I miss were like
Bro,
I
what?
love the era now, but like I wish it was like two best players just going at it band
And
for
they
band.
used to
Like
guard each other, man.
exactly. Like
That
I
shit
mean,
used to mean something, Mars.
like that.
Man,
I
the
can't.
two
well,
Like,
yeah,
I
best
miss
players
that
on
era.
Bron was guarding him, and then realized, oh yeah, hey Shane,
Hey, that's smart though. That's smart though. I said, hey man, I can't do nothing about this, and
Well,
vice
to be
versa.
fair, Bron, KD tried guarding Bron. He picked up 2 fouls instantly.
Exactly.
Hey,
Tavo. Hey, Tavo.
But
Hey,
they
sir.
tried. At least they tried for a little bit. They tried
Hey,
for a
sir.
little bit.
Sir. Get the back line real quick. He coming to the paint. We need to stop him.
Yeah,
Like,
this is man. See, those are the good old days, and
they went band for band, man.
kind of we have to erase the history that before like the mid 2010s, Bron and KD were the top 2 players in the world for like 4 or 5 straight years.
I
We
miss
just
that,
have to
bro.
Yeah.
we have to erase that history, and that means nothing for like all-time discussions for whatever reason. So KD definitely is a what if to me, not only because I think he'd be higher on the all-time scoring list without 2 career-altering injuries. I think without those 2 injuries, he's probably already third. Like if he doesn't miss the whole 2020 season,
Mhm.
doesn't only play half of 21, doesn't miss basically all of 2015, and we don't see the decline of like the athleticism, he's probably already at 37,000. That's an extra 6,000 points with about 2.5 seasons worth of games, plus just extra health as his career goes on. He's probably already third, and he would. I think he was on pace to break Kareem's record too. Now, would he have got where LeBron got? Probably not. I don't know. That's 43,000 or whatever. But
I mean, I don't really see why he would. I mean, Kevin Durant's the most like automatic 27 or 9.
He's the best
I mean,
scorer.
yeah,
of all
his
time.
career average is higher than Bron's, I think, by
He's
like
second,
0.2
yeah.
or something.
Second.
Listen, I
So
know.
it's possible. I don't know. He was on pace. That's where I'm at. He was on pace.
Mhm.
Break Kareem. No, I don't think you understand. The guy's in year 18, 19?
18.
Yeah, 18, I think.
18.
KD's in year 18. He's
Yeah.
averaging 27 for his career.
KD
If he just
can
doesn't
pass-
have, if he just doesn't miss 2.5, 3 seasons worth of games, how does he not catch Kareem?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking. I'm on the all-time score list right now. He has 31,000. If he would have never got injured, he will be right behind Kareem. Actually, yeah, you're right, Mark. Because Michael, the fourth, Kobe's at 4 for 33,000. The mailman, number 32. He's number 3 with 36,000. He would have been past number 32 right now. He never got hurt.
Kareem out of
He's
here.
7,336 points away. So basically, he averages 27 for his career. He's 7,336 points away from Kareem today. So that's 271 games. What's that the equivalent of? About 3 seasons and a bit worth of games?
Mhm.
Yeah, if he doesn't miss the whole of 2020, if he doesn't miss half of 2021, if he doesn't deal with a bunch of
22.
injuries, if he doesn't miss, because since his Achilles, Kevin Durant has played 35 games out of 72, because the next season was 72 games, so half the season, 55 out of 82, 47 out of 82, and then 75 and 62. If those 3 years post Achilles, he averages 65 games a year. If he doesn't miss 2020, let's say he plays another 65 games, and in 2015, instead of playing 27, he plays 65 games and doesn't fracture his foot. He's literally going to be like, what, 1,000 behind Kareem just off that alone?
Yeah.
And
That's
he's still
also,
playing?
like,
He would
really
have
healthy.
he
That's
would have
like
caught Kareem like next year if he never gets hurt. But
someone is going
injuries
to
are
like
hard.
at some point you're going to get hurt at some point. Like,
yeah, unless you're like number 32, to be fair, that guy. But
Yeah.
in soccer,
Yeah.
Kobe,
He
Kobe
did play a
without
long
the
time.
Achilles too.
yeah,
Kobe
that
without
might
the
never
Unless you
Achilles
continue
is
having
not
bad
Kareem
people.
too.
But any other players you guys want to talk about? What else? We spoke about Joel. We spoke a little bit about Markelle and
How about
Benson,
Magic and
Dwyane
Dirk?
Wade. Talk to me, Magic and Bird.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis also. Magic, Bird, and Giannis, I think. Giannis, because of the playoffs, he always gets injured there, and Magic and Bird because of the short prime. But and also because they started to like Larry Bird, it was not really gradual, and he was at his best. And then Magic, because he went down immediately, and also he was at his best. But there's a player I want to ask about, and he's not a what if in terms of level of play, but there is part of his story. Like the player is Manu. So a lot of people say, what if Manu played in another team and he averaged like 30? But actually, I want to ask, what if Manu in the Spurs, instead of like 30 or 15 like he was doing, what if he was given the second to be like the first or second option as a 22 to 24? Wouldn't that make the Spurs better than Tony Parker?
Manu Ginobili is another player I'm very high on. So I think Manu Ginobili was. I've been of the opinion that once 05 hit till like 2012-ish, 2011-ish, Manu Ginobili was the Spurs' best offensive player. I just think he was better than Duncan and Tony. And I think the results say their offense was way better with Manu Ginobili on the court. And that's not just because he's going against bench units, which some people seem to want to say for whatever reason. Because in 05, he started every game and they won the championship that year. So I don't know what that's about.
The green light thing. Even like imagine if he was the one starting and Tony Parker.
If they didn't have to initiate every possession with an entry pass to Tim Duncan for whatever reason, I do think that offense would have been better. I do think that if you ran a heavy dosage of spread pick and roll, if you had Manu Ginobili able to initiate more, I do think you maximize it. You would get more out of your offense. But I do think that takes away from like the things that made Manu so special was like he could do those things, but he could also he could connect everything together as well. Like he could play off the ball and knock down a shot, move the ball quickly, drive a closeout. So like he was like a blend of, oh, I can do the superstar stuff, but I can also do the role player stuff. And if you make him just lean all the way into the superstar stuff, you probably do get better results, but you lose some of like the stuff that made Manu so good was that he could connect the dots between Tony, who's an interior scorer, Tim Duncan, who's an interior scorer, and then Manu could just like make it seamless between the three. So it's like,
but
I don't know. I feel like
we get a point between the superstar and the role player, and we get like, because he was like 15, 16 a game, and we know he could have been 28 a game. I'm saying like, what if it was just like 22?
28.
So you don't lose him.
I don't know if he could average 28. That's my opinion. I think in that era, in order to average like 28, I think you need more of a mid-range game than Manu had. And this is where it's like Manu was like he was like analytically favorable before the analytics were like a thing. He was a lot of get downhill, draw fouls, get to the rim, finish, shoot threes. The mid-range stuff was kind of like secondary, and he actually wasn't that good in the mid-range. So it's like if you need him to lean all the way into scoring, the lack of mid-range shot making, I do think probably would have dented his value to a like. I don't think he can average 28. Not a valuable 28 anyway. But 23, 24, yeah, a very valuable 23, 24, 22. But 28, that's a level of scalability. And that doesn't mean I think he's worse. I don't think just because you average 28, you're better than like. I think Manu Ginobili is better than a guy like Gilbert Arenas.
My point is, you don't scale it up to the max, but you scale it up to a reasonable point where he's not like heliocentric, but at the same time, he's not held back to that degree. So I think there is a large gray area between what he could have done and what he was doing. And in that gray area, there could be a spot where he's still doing everything else, but he's also scoring a bit more, like maybe 20, 21. Maybe that would be the gray area, like 20 points or 21 points.
Manu peaked at what, about 20 points, right? That was probably
the
peak. Yeah, that was 1 year.
It was 08.
Yeah, that and then in the playoffs he probably averaged 20 a couple times. But yeah, I do agree there definitely. I don't agree with like there's some people who'll be like, oh yeah, Manu Ginobili and D'Antoni system or James Harden. I don't agree with that. But I do think I think Manu Ginobili is the third best shooting guard of the 2000s. Not peak, because T-Mac peaked higher, but like body of work. So like the second half of the 2000s, I think he was the third best shooting guard. That's where I'm at. So Kobe, Wade, Manu. I think he was better than Ray Allen in the second half of the 2000s. If you still care about Vince at that point, Michael Reds, like
shout out Michael Reds.
Is he not?
What other two guards were there? Joe Johnson, Brandon Roy. Oh, Brandon Roy. What if? But yeah, I think he's the third best two guard of the mid to late 2000s.
I think it's also his superpower was also that he could do all those things. Like he could be their run the bench unit and do a little bit of the James Harden stuff you talked about, and then where he wants them. And then he can go in him and he can connect them, and he can both spot up a three, and he can be defensive, and he can make his connected passes. So I think, is he not the most malleable player like ever? Maybe like where he can just fit in any role. Like
I'll say KD.
Yeah, ever. I don't know. That's probably like, I don't know. You ask KG to do anything, he does it. So
I think
ever. But like of his like tier of players, however, where you of his tier, yeah, for sure.
And this might be unpopular. I think JT is one of those like other plug and play players. Like I think Jason Tatum's skill set is like very plug and play, and
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I think Manu's passing is maybe what it does it for me. Like,
I think Manu's a ridiculous passer.
Yeah. Man, that boy's a bucket of that Euro. I can't lie.
I don't have like a ranking for him, but I definitely think he's an amazing passer.
I have my what if is right in line with this, and my what if is actually what if Kevin Garnett was actually on a decent team where his skill set could be used, like we're talking about, where he doesn't have to do the one thing he isn't maybe the best in the world at, which is score the basketball out of isolation, where he can be more of this. I'm going to say super Draymond Green, but you can see super Scottie Pippen instead if you want. Where he can be this defensive. He can maybe even play the five, which they did a bit in Minnesota in that 04 series against the Lakers. They actually did that. Where they play him at the five and they get, I think it was Mark Madsen to take Shaq. And that could maybe be also a thing to break the league if you put him with a Steve Nash pick and roll ball handler. The big thing I would love to see him in Phoenix instead of Amari, or with Amari, would be insane. Because what do people think?
Who's the best player on that Phoenix team?
KG.
Right answers only. You don't know, ball. Get off the stage. Welcome back. But no, I would love to see. I feel like KG. I'm trying to think. Did he have the worst situation of any superstar in NBA history for like the first? How long was he in Minnesota? 12 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think that's really like
that's a long time.
I can't think about
another one. LeBron,
unless you think like Paul Pierce was a superstar.
LeBron on the first Cavs stint.
Yeah, LeBron.
I can't think.
I implore you to go see those KG teams, man.
I can't.
They were terrible.
And the one time he had a competent team, Sam Cassell want to go get hurt. Like, the one time. Not saying that. Not saying that it was. Not saying they would have beat the Lakers because I don't think they would have. But at least like let the guy have his healthy team for one postseason. It's just, and then the Joe Smith nonsense that didn't help.
He was a what if in Boston too.
I feel like him, like he wasn't. I don't like if he was on the Spurs instead of Duncan, they win. Like I don't buy into that. I think that's like different skill sets require different things. Blah blah blah. But I definitely think if he was in any competent situation, there's no way he retires with one championship. I just don't think that's possible.
Hey, even if you don't tear his meniscus, you probably
and his
how
meniscus,
many
the Celtics was like 27-3 when he tore his meniscus. But
how many situations do we see or have we seen where the best player on the team isn't the best offensive player on the team, and they win. I know there are some, but I'm saying like of the grand
Tim
scheme
Duncan
of
in
things.
05. Tim Duncan.
05. There you go.
Okay.
Tim Duncan in 07.
Bill Russell.
Unless
Bill Russell like every year.
Yeah.
That's the
2020.
Ben Wallace.
Wilt Chamberlain 72.
Do y'all think AD was? Do y'all think AD was the
2020
best player
Lakers.
in 2020? Yeah, I was gonna say 2020.
Kareem, if you think it.
Yeah.
AD's a bit of a reach. But
is it?
Why is it?
You can make the argument. You can make the argument.
You make an argument.
It's a combo. It's a combo.
What other championship teams are there?
Ben Wallace.
You don't have to be a championship.
Oh, yeah,
team.
Ben Wallace.
Yeah, the Pistons. I get if you think Ben Wallace was the best player on the Pistons. Yeah,
I do.
Could you make an outside case for the bad boys?
Oh, wait, KG.
Not the best player on the Pistons.
Well, you're gonna say Dennis Rodman was the best player on the Pistons?
I was about to say Joe Dumas. Is Joe Dumas the best offensive player on the Pistons? I think people.
Chauncey Billups or Rasheed Wallace was the best player on that.
Yeah, Rasheed
wasn't their best offensive player though. So even if it is Rasheed, that was still
true. But I mean, their
Rasheed was their best player because of Bryant.
I mean, KG in Boston.
The 14 Spurs.
Yeah, but I'm like, how many situations do you get to where like, oh, you have a scorer like Paul Pierce on the team that's not the best player?
More often than not, the best player and the best offensive player on the championship team are the same. More often than
right.
The Warriors.
But
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that like
KD and Steph.
It has to be like the way I explain it is, for example, like, and I'm not bashing this player. Like, Giannis was the best player on the Bucks. Giannis was the best offensive player on the Bucks. Their playoff offense stunk, but they won a championship. So it's like Giannis factually was the best offensive player and best player on a championship team, but they didn't have, in my opinion, a championship offense. Does that make sense? Like when I say the word championship offense, I mean like an elite playoff offense.
Their defense
that makes his production even more valuable.
Tim Duncan was the best player on the Spurs that won championship. But they never had championship level offenses. I think KG could, in theory, do the same thing. He could be the best offensive player on a championship team, but they just don't have elite level playoff offenses. But their defense can be so good that their offense can be cool and they win. And then KG's the best offensive and defensive player.
You think KG ever got good enough as an offensive player like that is going or rivaling like Giannis?
That's the number one.
No, I don't. I'm not saying he has to rival. Yeah, I think the Bucks leans heavily into a defensive identity, so their offense stagnated a lot of the time and suffered. But they were so good defensively, like their relative like defensive ratings in 2020, 2021 are like all-time great in the playoff. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying KG in his era, he doesn't need to average 28, 14, and 6 to be the best player on a team that goes far in the playoffs. More so than they just need to have an average offense, build a really good defense with KG as the focal point on both sides, and they can win. Similar to what the Spurs were doing. The Spurs.
Okay, here's a question.
Spurs only had good playoff offenses when Manu Ginobili took a larger offensive role. When it was Tim Duncan,
the best offensive player, not named KG. Like, who's the best player behind him offensively that you could mix with him? Like, he's not a better player than him.
The best offensive player who would be worse than KG.
On offense?
Yeah, and a good enough fit too.
Worse on offense? Or
how hard are you on Melo?
Oh no, I don't want Melo on that team.
You say worse on offense?
No, you're here.
No, I mean he's a good. I like Melo with Jason. I really want to see Melo with Jason, but not with KG.
You're cutting.
We can't hear.
I mean,
I
think
right,
the other thing with KG is also, what if he had gotten like with the Steve Kerr of the times, that could again be Mike D'Antoni, I don't know, and he would just been playing the 5. Couldn't that maybe have been what a lot of what the Warriors was in 16-15, where him at the 5 just like obliterates people like the Def lineup did? If you find
in non-Shaq matchups for sure, because like the speeds, the passing, you use him as a hub and stuff. The mid-range scoring, which like outside of Dirk, I think there's no one better from the big man position in the mid-range. unless I'm forgetting someone like
He
obvious.
was a pretty knocked down, pick and pop mid range player.
Anthony Davis.
Don't discount the self-created mid-range stuff too. Don't discount. Don't discount.
I mean, you know, a little bit. It was there a little bit.
Okay. Not to mention he could post up. He had a finesse post game. It wasn't a power post game, but he could post up, get to the turnaround jumpers. He made them at a good clip. Like he just needed probably someone who could get to the free throw line a little bit more, self-create a little bit better. I don't know who that is. Who's worse than him offensively?
Michael Redd.
Like I would say like a Dwayne Wade would be perfect, but Dwayne Wade's better than him offensively. But like a Dwayne Wade archetype would be probably like the perfect fit for like KG because he has the rim pressure.
Baron Davis.
But Dwayne Wade would be better than KG though on the team. KG would not be the best.
Offensively, yeah.
No, he would be
offensively.
He would be the
Depends
best
on the year.
Offensively, yeah.
No.
He'd be the offensively, he'd be better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best player.
He can be better at both.
Real quick,
Can I?
Ticket is with us, by the way. I just want to.
Oh wow.
Mars Blackman.
How you doing, Ticket? How you doing?
Oh man,
the great.
It's been a while.
The great ones reunite. You understand what it is, Mars?
How you doing, Ticket?
Mars, you good, man.
We can hear you.
It's good to see you doing your thing, Mars. You understand the assignment.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to do a little bit better, man. Lock in a little bit, just a teeny bit.
Salute to you and everybody else in here, man. Y'all know what's up, man. But Mars, I had seen the reason why I wanted to pull up on you, man. I had seen not recently that y'all was talking about Kawhi, right? And so, you know, I seen that you, I guess, Chilltown, you know, I seen y'all was getting a little pushback on y'all's commentary on Kawhi and on the recent things we've seen from Kawhi. And, you know, I just wanted to get like a thorough opinion, if I could, from you on what do you feel like everything that we see going on right now affects his legacy and how, you know, he should be looked at all time.
Kawhi, my favorite player. I want that. Right.
Real quick. I think I'm already not the highest on Kawhi all time because I think it gets to a point where like if you're not playing, you're not actually like impacting your team. So I think like although I think Kawhi at his best is really good. Like the Kawhi we saw in Toronto, the Kawhi we saw before he got hurt in LA is really good. The Kawhi in San Antonio is really good. I don't like there's some people who view Kawhi as like the fourth best small forward ever, or like the fifth best. That'll have like Bron, Bird, KD, Kawhi. Or some people even have Kawhi above KD, for example. For me, Kawhi's further down that list because like the guy, like quite simply, he just doesn't play that much. And then when he does play, he doesn't play in the playoffs. So we're not getting any sample of games. And I think like seasons like this season and last season in particular, they hurt Kawhi in the sense that Kawhi is on a team that can make the playoffs without his contributions, where he's not having to play 65 games, 70 games to get his team to the playoffs and then see where they can go. Instead, he's playing half the season so that he can be healthy in the playoffs and then carry them to the promised land. And then he can't do that. So the thing that you're there for, we're building a team that's good enough to make the playoffs in the Western Conference, mind you, without you. Did they have home court last year, or were they the fifth seed?
No, they were. I think they were the fifth.
I think they were the fifth seed. Denver was fourth.
They were the fifth seed, but they were close to home court. They they were in a 4-5 matchup. So they're in a team. They have a team that's borderline good enough to make home court without your contributions for half the season in a loaded Western Conference. Just because we were told when Kawhi's there in the playoffs, he was good enough to get you through series, he can go band for band with Jokic, Shea, these guys, and outplay them and outdo them. But then we get to the playoffs, and quite frankly, he doesn't do that. He has that great game 2 where he has 39 or whatever and doesn't miss a shot. But outside of that, it was a lot of pedestrian performances in the playoffs. Meanwhile, you don't play in the regular season either. That, in my opinion, hurts you in comparison to like a guy who hasn't won, like a James Harden, who's on the team with Kawhi and is having to play 75 games to get the team to the playoffs. But then when James Harden has a bad playoff game, it's up James Harden again. Meanwhile, Kawhi doesn't even have to play 45 games and then has bad playoff games himself, and it's crickets. That's what hurts Kawhi, in my opinion. That he doesn't get held to the same standard of the caliber.
When I said it, I'm the bad guy, though.
Because you don't say it with a British accent. But go ahead.
And Mars, you saying that, bro? It makes so much sense because, like, if you look at all the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, most of the guys they have a stretch of longer than Kawhi of being excellent. You know what I'm saying? And so I think Kawhi gets over credit for the championship in San Antonio, the first one, because he wasn't the best player on that team. He was the best player in the final series. Then in Toronto, he got traded to the perfect situation where, all he had to do was just show up and be competent because DeMar DeRozan was incompetent every time they ran into LeBron James, and he just completely fell apart. Instead of if he just played normal, they might have got past the Cavs. But the fact that he completely fell apart in those series, that destroyed Toronto's chances altogether. So all he had to do was be competent, which he was. And then he got a true chance at leadership with the Clippers for the last 6 going on 7 years. So now you're on year 7 of this project, and he's done nothing. And it's all his prime years that you're watching, that this guy has really done nothing. And if you think about it, all the awards he got pretty much for the Clippers, except for 1 year, he wouldn't even have qualified for that under the new rules they just recently put in, the 65-game rule. So he wouldn't have been getting any of those awards. You'd have took all that off the table. So my thing is that I look at it now, and as I see it, bro, I got Shea ahead of him all the time, man. I'm sorry, bro.
But now, wait, talk about.
But Shea hasn't put together.
Exactly. Shea ain't been doing this too long himself.
What Shea has done is, already in the time Shea has been in the league, in my opinion, he has surpassed Kawhi with consistency, performance. He's leadership. He's shown us that he actually can lead his own team to go win a championship versus Kawhi. I mean, do we really think that Kawhi outright just led Toronto to win a championship? Because Toronto in the finals in the fourth quarter, Kawhi didn't score in that big game.
You do know that Kawhi in his 19 playoff run was better than SGA just was in his championship run.
But SGA won the championship. He went through the gauntlet.
But I'm saying when Kawhi won his championship in 19,
statistical wise, we're not talking about on court impact wise. See, because you can say James Harden looks statistical wise better than a lot of people a lot of times, but impact wise is not there. So my point is,
but his impact was that he was closing games in the fourth. He was scoring 30 and 40 to get past.
No, but he didn't close the game in the NBA Finals. He didn't close that game in the fourth. That's why it was a question. You had questions on whether other people should have been the Finals MVP in that Toronto series.
Like who?
The one vote for Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you did. It was talked about. Those were questions, right? And then you got to think about this. If Klay Thompson doesn't fall, I ain't even talking about KD.
Now this I agree with, but Halliburton went down too.
Nah, I agree with that. But yeah,
Halliburton went down.
Halliburton went down in Game 7.
And the Pacers were they up at halftime or like down 2?
No,
it was still a game without Halliburton.
Yeah, because if Halliburton, you know how Halliburton started that Game 7,
right?
Quick 9 points.
But here's the thing, Mars. Here's the thing to combat that. Every time that series that it got like that, Shea had an answer. Every time that playoffs that it got wicked like that, Shea had an answer in the end. Shea, we can't take that back. Every time it got wicked and it either went to a Game 7 or it was a big game tilt here, Shea always was there in the end. Shea was always the man who took over. And I'm talking about in those playoffs too. So then when we look at it now and look at this year, from now what we saw last year, the last couple of years, just the growth in 3 years, in my opinion, is more than we ever seen Kawhi Leonard do in his entire career. These last 3 years from Shea, 2.5 years. We've seen more from Shea than we've seen from Kawhi in his entire career, in my opinion. And I think that, Kawhi got 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but he wouldn't have them if it wasn't for if they had the rule mark in there for how many games. See, I feel like that too. I feel like what Mars said, like, your games played have to count. You can't have a lot of these other guys clocking 75 to goddamn 82 games, 74, 82 games, and Kawhi gets to miss 30 to 40 games and then come in the playoffs fresh like, I'm going to take over. Man, I'm not giving you credit for that. I think that goes into historical context. They also downplay San Antonio's team. I heard Mars talking about how great Ginobili is. They downplay how great Ginobili was, even when later in his career. Those guys were so great later in their, and I called them a super team because that's how great they were. They ran through everybody that season. Think about this. You lose a chip, get a year older, and beat everybody that ain't even close. You come to the finals and just run LeBron James Miami completely off the court. Ain't even no competition. That's the type of team Kawhi was on. He was on a bomb squad. That's not our fault. They didn't go back to back or didn't three-peat. They should have did that, but they were good enough to do it.
Did he win both of his DPOYs with that team though?
No, he won. He won one. Yeah,
but one of them he only played 64 games, which means he
right. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't even have qualified. So you missing that chunk of a season, bro. To me, like I said before, man, you got guys out there playing 74 to 82 games. They should be able to be more qualified than a guy who missed that much time. I think that's the whole mark on Kawhi's career. And again, the greatness of Manu Ginobili, downplayed when Kawhi came. People try to downplay his greatness and what he brought to the team. Manu Ginobili, him and what's the other dude's name? Bellinelli coming off the bench. They were both 6 Man of the Year candidates that year that they won that chip. Both. You had 2 6 Man of the Year candidates and Patty Mills coming off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. When
but
Patty was
bench was awesome in
who be hyping the Kawhi Spurs ring though? Like that ain't the ring
well,
that Kawhi fans like.
People definitely be bringing up the 2 Finals MVPs.
I mean, it sounds nice, but obviously Kawhi moment is 2019.
If your moment of your
do you think
your moment is 1 year.
Do you think Kawhi can do what Shea has done last year and this year right now?
If he was healthy?
No, I ain't asking about if he's healthy. I'm talking about period.
That's part of it.
Period?
Do you expect Kawhi to be healthy?
I ain't talking about
that is part of it.
I'm not.
But I think he's a good enough player. I don't know if
no, I ain't. I'm not. Real talk. Let's not beat around the bush. Mars Blackman know how I get down. Let's get right to the meat and bones. Do you think that Kawhi Leonard could do what Shea did last year and this year?
No,
not two, but one of them. So one of them, not two. But he can do one of them.
Hold on, but I'm telling you what Shea did. So now we talking levels.
Okay.
So when I put Shea and I say that Shea's on another level, and I say that Kawhi's level was elevated because of things like Mars pointed out, the greatness of guys like Manu Ginobili, who was still balling at that age. The greatness of Tim Duncan, who was still an MVP candidate at that age. The greatness of Tony Parker, who was he was an MVP candidate that year too.
Okay, because I need some clarity. What year? Because I'm with you when they won the chip in 14. That he wasn't even like that was a crazy team. But once we get to like 2016, like he was second in MVP voting.
Have you seen Kawhi do anything like we've seen Shea do last year and this year?
Not as a scorer.
No, I'm saying no. See, y'all keep trying to mix.
I think regular season has to play a part of it. You've never seen.
Hold on, but I'm not. Hold on, Mars. Let's start right now.
Mars,
have you ever seen Kawhi do anything what Shea's doing right now?
No.
It would be 16, 17.
So hold on. So that's game over right there. We not even listen. Imagine if Kawhi had to play the first 25, 24 games, 23 games of the season without Paul George or without James Harden. Man, bro, they would be struggling.
On this team,
bro, this team. Hold on, this team is a team really full of role players.
You're asking Kawhi to be a playmaker, real talk?
Yeah, real talk. This is a team full of journeymen and role players. Hey, real talk.
We're adding one of the greatest defenders ever to an already great defense.
You've been listening to the whack attack too much. You've been listening to the whack attack too much. Now, let me say this: Alex Caruso, role player. He bounced around on all those different teams already. Lakers, Bulls. He's a great role player. Hold on. But he's a role player. Let's keep it. Hold on. Let's keep it in context. He's a role player. Lou Dort, role player. Lou Dort is playing the worst basketball of his career this year, and they still smoking dudes. Role player. Isaiah Hartenstein played on 7 teams in the first 7 years of his career. Role player. These are all the dudes that he out here smacking down cats with. We ain't talking about Jamal Murray, who been averaging 20 a game probably the last 5 or 6 years. We ain't talking about Aaron Gordon, who been out here balling out of control, shooting over 50%.
Now, you ain't lying about that.
We ain't talking about that. And they try to dog out Michael Porter Jr. Look what Michael Porter Jr. is doing.
Over there balling.
Look what he's doing. Versus Cam.
What happened?
He coming back. It's just something.
He
ain't even know
Christian Brown, Mars boy. We ain't talking about Christian Brown, Mars boy.
Hello.
No, they got some balls.
I agree. I don't think Kawhi can do what Shea's doing because I think we look too much in the playoff lens, and I think what Shea did in the playoffs last year was great. But like, you have to do I think Kawhi can at this point in his career lead a team to 68 wins when Chet plays 32 games, when J-Dub misses time. There was a time that they didn't have a big, blah, blah, blah. Kawhi, real talk, you talk about all the time. Kawhi make a skip pass challenge. Kawhi playmaking is deficient. And now we're going to ask him to be the sole offensive creator on the team for large portions of the season.
But what I'm saying, but let's be okay. But he's still.
I'm not saying they can't have success. I'm not saying they won't be a great team
in the league.
I'm not saying that, but what Shea's doing is different.
To that defense.
Well, let me say, hold on, real talk. Let me say this to you. Real talk. And this gonna end everything right here. If the Clippers would have kept Shea in that same team Kawhi had, they would have won a championship.
What year?
What do you mean? What year?
Shea with Paul George in there?
Shea would have never. Hold on. If Shea would have never been moved from the Clippers, and Kawhi never came over there, the team they had was going to be on a trajectory to win a championship. Think about the team and the picks that they had, and the way they was coming up. Before Shea came over there, they had just taken the KD Warriors to 6 games. This is facts. They had dogs around him defensively. They had they had great role player pieces around him. They had a guy who you guys undervalue in Tobias Harris that was over there balling his ass out of control, which is he over there doing in Detroit right now. And again, he don't get the credit he deserves. All he did was get slandered when he was in Philly. So now let's put this thing into its parameters. If they continue to build and Shea plays at the level that he was playing at with the Clippers probably win a championship with that dude, man. They had enough dogs around.
You know what? I'll even give you the 2 years I'm thinking about now, right? Because I don't think Shea was a good enough player 21, 22. But let's say 23 or 24.
That's the year. Hold on, that's the year. 23, the third year. It would have been the third, the fourth, and then all the way up till now. Look at Shea the last. How many years Shea been in the league, Mars? 6 years?
He been balling like this since 2020.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You give even the Clippers team that lost in round 1 against Dallas in 24.
Yeah, in 24.
Right.
You put
Shea, Paul George. Yeah, they have action.
Harden?
They have action.
They got some action.
Yeah,
they got a lot of action. Yeah, they got a lot of action.
You put Shea on last year's Clippers team with that zoo, like that's their little.
They got some action.
And see, their excuse is with Shea, he pushes off or he's a free throw merchant. Well, guess what? Guess who leads the league in scoring without free throws?
Shea.
I mean, that just destroys their whole point right there. He leads the league in scoring without free throws. So if you take free throws off the board, he still leads the league in scoring of players who score the rock without free throw shooting. So, like I said before, man, that dude is on a whole different level. Now, again, you're not going to get all the accolades some of these guys. Kawhi got these accolades in a weaker type of era versus what Kobe and them played in. Because you got to look at the competition. When you look at the competition of guys you're playing against, that's the same thing with Draymond Green. Now, Mark's probably going to disagree with me on that. But Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert, and these guys, they won Defensive Player of the Year award in a weak-ass era. Versus guys guys like Ben Wallace, guys like Mutombo, guys like Zoe Morning, guys like Kevin Garnett, guys like I can just go back to that whole era. You had to play. Now imagine having to make all defensive teams in the late 90s, early 2000s. Imagine having what you had to do to win Defensive Player of the Awards, Year of the Year awards then, in those years, coming from the late 90s, where you had Scotty and all those guys, defensive demons. I'm talking about 95 and on. You had all these guys you were contending with, and the bigs, bro. It was hard to win those awards then. Now, when you look in this era, who are these guys really? Who is Rudy Gobert really competing against? He won the award one year. Wemby should have clearly won it, but for injuries, he didn't win it. Right? Another year, they just gave it to him. We all know he shouldn't have won it a different year. Then you look at Draymond Green. Draymond Green got what? He got how many Defensive Player of the Year awards he got? Mars 2?
One he should have.
He got one that AD should have.
But I think Kawhi got the one Draymond should have had. So
one of them belong to AD. Whichever one you want to pick, but one of them belong to AD.
But the pool ain't that big, right? But now when you look at it, now when we come to it, defensively, Shea's not. It's going to be hard for Shea to win over if Wemby's playing. If some of these other guys who are supposed to be defensive guys are playing, Giannis is playing games, right? Think about that now, especially when your team is a great defensive team overall and y'all smoking dudes. People ain't going to give you all the credit they're supposed to give you defensively.
Are you talking about Shea?
Yeah, I'm talking about, bro. Listen, let me
Do you think Shea is as good of a defender as that version of Kawhi?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's I'm saying he's better than what they give him credit for at a lot of shit. Way better.
Okay.
And I'm saying to you that if you look at it, right now we're playing in a guard field league, so it's harder for guards to win more of these awards. So the awards he's winning, bro, you gotta give him credit, man. He's winning awards in a guard. This is a guard orientated league. This ain't a big man orientated league no more. Mm-hmm. So when you look at, that's why I think that Jokic is overrated in ways. Even though I think he's great, I think he's overrated because of the lack of competition that he's played against on a night-to-night basis versus guys that were his predecessors. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I think that Shea is undervalued all the way across the board. I think his value is way higher than what people think. And I think that his greatness is so high, he don't even have to go deep in his bag to get these dudes out of here, bro. Shea don't have to go to reverse pivot fadeaways and triple pump fakes and all that other shit. Shea would just hit you with a herky jerk, hit you with one pump fake and get you to, you know what I'm saying? Boom, you done.
So how you feel about Ticket? How you feel about you see the jerseys behind me.
Right.
I know you're a fan of that player as well. How you feel about all the youngins running around telling us that Shea better than Kobe?
I mean, bro, the proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is in the pudding, man. And at the end of the day, bro, if they don't have the resume to back it up, if they don't have the championships to back it up, if they don't have the numbers on the board to back it up, man, we don't want to hear that. All that stuff, it's all a pie, and you got to have damn near all the pieces to stand up to those type of guys. When you, that's why I don't give Kawhi that credit, bro. This dude a part-time player, man, getting full-time accolades, bro. Think about that. And meanwhile, they will still tell you that he's over. They'll still tell you that he's over Shea. They'll still tell you he's over a lot of these other guys. These dudes will tell you he was better than LeBron James at one point. When if you really think about it, was he really? Just off of just games played.
But that's the year LeBron missed a lot of games too in 2019.
Yeah, but hold on.
But unfortunately, LeBron's team couldn't go 17-5 when he didn't play, like someone else.
Right. So when you look at it overall, you really have to say, okay, LeBron, he missed a lot of games with the Lakers. It was nowhere close to Kawhi, bro.
He missed more in 2019.
No, you're not. I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about the time they went to LA. I'm saying LeBron missed all those games, right? Mm-hmm. The games he missed is child's play versus Kawhi.
Yes, I agree.
Y'all don't think this OKC team is good enough to where if Shea did miss 20 games, they could go like 15-5?
Hell no.
Yeah,
this OKC, no. Bro, we're not going to lie, bro. This OKC team is a 500 team without Shea, bro.
Oh,
they're a 500 team.
500 team?
Yes,
they just beat these niggas by 30 the other day.
My brother. Why didn't the Knicks, why didn't the Rockets, why didn't all those other teams keep Isaiah Hartenstein? He's so great. Why didn't they keep him? He's a world beater. Why didn't they
have the money?
Why didn't the Lakers? Why didn't the Bulls?
The Rockets and Nuggets let him go on a minimum.
Hold on, I'm saying, why didn't all these other teams keep Alex Caruso? He's a world beater. He's an all-world great player. Why didn't they keep him?
Because
look at all those other.
One made a mistake, and the other team traded him because they.
So brother, let me ask you a question: is Shea playing with mainly role players or not? Outside of his second best player.
You keep not naming the other good players though.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying to you, hold on.
J-Dub,
real talk.
AJ Mitchell.
Outside of J-Dub, hold on. Listen, we ain't
Mets.
talking about J-Dub. We know J-Dub's a star. We ain't talking about him.
But J-Dub's only played 4 games?
Yeah.
So
Mars, we don't even need to talk about him. Outside of him, are all those other guys on the team role players? Yes or no?
Yeah, outside of Chet, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
so hold on. Oh yeah, outside of Chet, but Chet's been hurt.
They role players.
And Chet had just been healthy this year.
Yeah, I'm saying he was hurt at the beginning of the season.
No, they are role players.
Say what?
They role players.
Right, they all role players. Right, I put Chet in the role player because he's not an all-star yet. See what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm not saying Chet no role player, but the rest of them they role players.
It's levels to it, bro. Listen. I'm gonna tell you why. They mofo called Jamal Murray. They don't call Jamal Murray a star player.
They should.
No. They say Jamal Murray never made an all-star team. He underachiever. This is stuff they say about Jamal Murray.
I don't say that.
Hold on. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. They downplay Jamal Murray.
They do.
They downplay Aaron Gordon. Let's tell the truth, bro.
They do.
So don't tell me I got to play up Chet when they downplay all those other guys. So take all those other guys on the roster. They all role players who was on other teams pretty much. Except for Lou Dort. He came from the G League.
Yeah.
Lou Dort is playing his worst season ever, and they having their best season ever.
What's the point with that?
The point is, it shows you how great this guy is, Shay. So when you say,
you don't see the
value
of a team that has some really good role players.
No, they beat
all
the
of them
Utah.
play their
Hold
role
on.
to
You're
a
going
team.
off one game. They beat the Utah Jazz.
No. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't value a team because sometimes you can get big name players, but the big name players, their game don't fit, and so it's clunky and it don't work how you thought it was. But you can have another team that maybe doesn't have as much name value. They got all these good role players, but since all the role players play their good role, they better.
Now, hold on, they're not world beaters though. Hold on, Michael Jordan.
But it's a world beater team. Them as a collective.
Hold on, real talk. This is the same type of situation Jordan was in. You had Pippen and role players. All those other dudes on the team were role players. But guess what? They all, their name because of Mike. For the most part, all those other role players' names.
I think that's wrong, Ticket. I think that's wrong. I think having 10 really, really good I don't know 10, but eight really, really good role players that can give you maybe the greatest defense of all time is super valuable and probably more valuable than.
Do you really think? Let me ask you that question since you said that. Do you really think they're the greatest defense of all time? You really think they line up against the Detroit Pistons that won against?
No, I think relative to the league they're in.
No, I'm talking about the league they're in. No, because you said all time. I'm not talking about the league they're in. See, you can't move the goalposts.
No, but I'm saying because you're trying to use the coach and he's winning with this help.
Mars, you know how we do. We don't play no games with dudes. Hey, now listen, we don't move the goalposts. You said all time. So when you say all time, we ain't skipping no time. We're not skipping no time. You said all time, right? So again, I'm asking you, do you think this team, the current OKC Thunder team, match up defensively on a level with the 04 Pistons that beat the Lakers? Hell no. It ain't even fucking the 04 Pistons that beat the Lakers. Hold on. The 04 Pistons that beat the Lakers would shut OKC down. And Mars know
okay, but they're not playing this. They're playing the other teams.
You said all time.
Yeah, but okay, Ticket. When I say all time, what I mean is because we're talking about the OKC Thunder are winning wings, but they're winning wings versus. Sorry.
But you said it great. Hold on. You said it great.
I know. I'll explain it now. They're winning these rings against this league, and for this league they're in right now, they're as good as defense as anybody. And
hold on, but nobody really.
I'm done, and give me 10 seconds. They're as good at defense versus the 25 league as the Pistons was versus the 04 league.
Okay, well that's cap. Now let me give you why. Who's playing defense in this league? What are the great defensive teams? Tell them, name them to me. Right now.
OKC, Detroit.
No, so you got Detroit as a great defensive team to you right now.
They're one of the better defense. They're still the second best defense.
Okay, you know what? In this league right now, I give it to you. So OKC and Detroit, give me another one.
OKC, Detroit. I said Minnesota has been okay.
Nope. Minnesota ain't no great defensive team. Mars, pull up Minnesota's ranking defensively this year.
They're 13th.
I'll find it.
Somebody said they're 13th.
13th, you said?
Come on, bro. Let's not do that, man. You can't listen, bro. When you in the room with the
Houston's fifth.
Mars a big
dog. The second best defense in the league this year is the Warriors, but their defensive rating is 112.
And they don't even look good. They don't even look good. If you ask a guy like Mars, he don't have no confidence in that team. So once again, stop the cap. Now, if we go back to 2004 and we talk about those teams defensively, man, you had the Pistons, the Lakers, the goddamn Mars. We ain't even talking. So if you can't, that's why I be trying to say like.
Doesn't that go to the point that Shea has the most help? If his defense is here. And everyone else's defense is here. Like these are the teams he's winning these championships against.
But you said
all Pistons and has the Spurs.
But hold on. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, sir. Is there any reason Alex Caruso is supposed to be able to guard the all-world great, all honorable God Nikola Jokic in the post in the play? Is there any reason why he's supposed to get that?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking. Is there any reason? Hold on. So I'm gonna ask you a question now. Was there any way you could put Caruso on a team in the playoffs?
I don't know. I think I saw Mark Madsen cover Shaq, so I will never say anyone can't cover anyone.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
We lost him.
The statement was so blasphemous.
You got.
Wait, anyone who wants to get something off, speak now because if Ticket comes back, you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Let me get this
Also,
out, bro.
when he said, Shea, he said something about like Shea leading the league without free throws or something and scoring. It's actually Luka. I checked Luka's averaging like 25, I think, without free throws. Something like that.
I think he meant last year.
Shay's at like
I think he was
23.
talking about
Last
Shea
year?
last year. I think.
Okay.
But I don't want to put words in his mouth. But if it's true for
And-
last year or not this year, I'm gonna say he was talking about last year.
And this role player talk is killing me because I feel like role player is such a negative term. Like you can be a role player and be good. And I'm getting to the point now where isn't everyone like a role player? Like Shea is a role player.
Oh, we got Chill.
Shout out Chill.
Yeah, we got
Wait,
Chill.
where Chill at?
What's your Chill? God,
He's the Chill's the one who says everyone's a role player. So we got Chill up here.
Yeah, like everyone's a role player.
You thought we was getting all the A-listers.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Let me get off what I wanted to say earlier.
Take it as the link, by the way.
I haven't had the luxury to watch this guy, but I want to know what you guys think about it because this guy that I'm about to bring up, either people compare him to Embiid with Jokic's passing or a big Julius Randle. So I want to know what you guys think about
Julius Randle.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, what?
He's worse than Julius Randle.
I'm not the highest on Boogie. We spoke about Boogie a couple weeks back, actually.
Y'all really are way too
last
low on DeMarcus. I think DeMarcus Cousins will get busy in today's league. I'm sorry. I think DeMarcus Cousins would be.
Where do you think he would be at?
That boy called the cops on me, man. I was so bad he called the cops.
Welcome back.
Hey, but hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. He got to answer that question. Since it's so great, how can Alex Caruso guard Jokic one-on-one? Make it make sense.
Great defense around him, and he's one of them.
No. I ain't said that. I said how they was guarding him one-on-one with Caruso. Am I lying, Mars? Was they not?
Oh no, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
One-on-one with Alex Caruso. Could that ever happen with Kevin Garnett? Could that ever happen with Tim Duncan? Yes. Could that ever happen with Hakeem Olajuwon? You say yes?
To KG, yes.
Mars, fire this dude immediately, man.
I'm the biggest KG fan in the world, and I've seen that happen.
Mars, this is the type of buffoonery that goes on online.
How did you pick KG?
Bro, they're not in no world are you putting Alex Caruso on any of those all-time great big men I just told you, and he not getting his head knocked off out there. Trust me. The only Jokic they put him on in that era, and Jokic don't annihilate that dude, bro. Cut it out, man. So when you talk about the defense, so is it Jokic is that bad of an offensive player, or is Alex Caruso this all-world great defensive player? I just think that Jokic let him off the hook. I think Jokic let him off the hook personally.
So the Jokic slide back down, because I remember one of your old takes was like when he won the ring, he was like 12 all time now or something. Did he slide down?
Hold on, you're not listening. He slides down when his Glazers come out here like whack-a-tack and these guys and lie.
I'm with you on that. I'm more
lie about say his teammates are scrubs. Lie and call them bums. Throw these guys under the bus. When in reality, Jokic got probably better role players than got daggone Shea. Jokic just won championships with those key role players. Jamal Murray. Who more iced out than Jamal Murray in the playoffs with everything on the line? And a 7 game. How many times Jamal Murray bailed them out against the Lakers? Come on, man. Cut it out, man. Like I said before, Aaron Gordon bailing them out of series, bailing them out in games, doing all the dirty
game winners in the playoffs last year.
Come on, bro. Getting all the big rebounds. Don't get no credit. Christian Brown playing his role, doing what he's supposed to do. Being a constant, and Mars brought him up back in the day, and I ain't believe Mars. I believe him now. Dude can play. So you talking about all these cats, but they get downplayed. But for some reason, all the guys that SGA play with, they're just the greatest players in the world. And I could even say Kawhi had better role players in his peak with the Clippers than what Shea got right now. And he ain't do nothing. He walked down in the bubble. He got walked down. He got 2 6
blew a 3-1 lead that year.
He had 2 6-man of the year candidates.
Yeah, the 6 man of the year is the worst one in the world.
He had 2 6-man of the year candidates on his team at the same time. Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Then you had the Morris twin, who they was hiding Kawhi from when they wanted him. That's another reason Kawhi should be in the Hall of Fame. He ran from that Luka Doncic matchup every.
Kawhi's no Hall of Famer.
They hid this man from Luka almost every series.
No,
they was throwing Paul George, Marcus Morris, Pat Beverly, all these guys on Luka except for Kawhi. Then they'll put him on Kawhi on for like 3 minutes. Man, come on.
Wait. So wait. So I'm talking about because Mars brought up the small forward list when we because clearly you want to talk about Kawhi. So let's talk about Kawhi real quick.
He's not on it.
No, okay. Okay. So Mars say a lot of people got him like 4 or 5 behind LeBron, KD, Bird, and who else?
Maybe Dr. J.
And like Dr. J.
But like he's at 4 or 5.
Start. Yeah. Where you got Kawhi on your top 10 small forward list?
Shit, he ain't top 5.
I agree.
Bro, listen, I don't praise no part-time player, bro. Listen, y'all don't give Bill Walton praise like that. Bill Walton won an MVP, all that shit. You know why? Because he missed too many games. Bill Walton missed so many games that people forgot he was that great. Let's just be honest. Bill Walton, didn't he win a 6-Man a Year award too, Mars?
Yep.
He won that, and he won a championship, and he won an MVP. And guess what? And he's one of the greatest big men he's the greatest big man probably in college history, and one of the greater big men in NBA history. He don't get no credit. Nobody talks about him. You know why? Because he missed all them damn games. So when we talk about when these guys continue to talk about Kawhi and put him on a level and put him in these conversations, you can't do that to me with guys who have played clock more time in and put more games in, put more work in. Most of the guys in the league, they had to have like a 7-year stretch of dominance in the NBA. Kawhi hasn't had that. Kawhi had he had the shortest stretch that you can ever think about in NBA history. He had like a 3-year stretch where he was really balling. That's it.
Okay, so then let's talk about this. So do you got Dominique over Kawhi?
No, I'm not. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm putting Dominique over Kawhi. Put in more work. Put in more work. I might put in more work. Damn right. And he wasn't out here capping. He came off an Achilles injury and played damn near every game next season, averaged 29. So let's keep going.
Okay, let me ask you another one. Do you have Melo over Kawhi?
No, I can't do that. And I love Melo. It's one of my favorite players. I can't do that because Melo's defense his offense was elite, but his defense was so bad. I can't elevate him. I still think Kawhi.
He's 11 full-time in scoring though.
Yeah, but still, I can't do with the defense. That means something to me too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got Jokic lower than what a lot of people think that he should be. It's because of his defense and his defensive liabilities. But like I said, you got to play both ends of the court, man, to get respect. And that's why I put Shea over Kawhi right now. A lot of guards I put. Hold on, you talking about forwards? Scotty's over him. A lot of these mofos will put Kawhi over Scotty and say, "Oh, well, Scotty was never a number 1." What is that supposed to mean? To me, he did enough in his career where he should be ranked higher than Kawhi Leonard.
Sounds like a role player.
I have Scotty over Kawhi Leonard. Just point out.
Me too.
Right. So you got just think about these different things. Think about some of the other greater small forwards in NBA history, bro. A lot of these guys, they still have surpassed a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, Larry Bird to me is over Kawhi Leonard.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys will tell you they don't give those guys the type of credit.
You have Paul Pierce over Kawhi?
Paul Pierce? Yeah, well, only because Paul Pierce had a longer stretch of where he played.
Yeah.
Bro, this nigga not.
See, the Kawhi, listen,
We're trolling, bro.
There's
There's no way.
My man,
what's wrong with that?
Hold on. Let me give you an example. There was a player.
Nigga, you not sick by it, bro.
There was a player who was going to be great, and we just X'd out his whole career because of his injuries, because he wasn't playing. Brandon Roy. We just X'd him all the way out. He could have hung on, played 30, 40 games, tried to wing it and shit like that, still tried to average around 20 points a game. He just tapped out. He was like, I'm not doing a service. I'm out of here. Kawhi, this dude been pimping the program. He'll be hurt all these seasons. Then when it comes to a season where he need to get his check, he'll play all the games, sign his extension, and then he's gone again. That's a weasel to me.
I ain't gonna
What
lie,
I
that's true.
said, bro. People, listen,
2024, that
That's a
happened. Kawhi
weasel.
he
Magic
played
Mars,
all the
played
games in
68 games.
2024 when he
that
wanted
is
to
a
get paid.
weasel. Mars, that's a weasel. And then what did he do? He come pull that stunt again this year during the aspiration investigation. That dude got no shame in his game. Period, bro.
Rick Barry.
So when you think about it, I can't really reward him when other dudes put in the time, the blood, the sweat, and the tears all the way across the board. If Kawhi would have just had a dominant stretch for 5 years, bro. Like Mars, let's be honest. How many years did Kawhi have a dominant stretch where he was playing?
5 until he got hurt.
I can't even say
I would
5.
say 20. I would say 2017, but then he got hurt in the playoffs.
Right.
2019.
Include 2016.
No, he said 2019. Yeah. So hold on, Mars said 2017.
Dominant, like 2016 Kawhi, like that's not when we talking about all
the best
levels.
defensive player in the world.
That's cool. That's cool. We're talking about the level of player here.
Thank you, Mars.
2016 Kawhi, like. Let's be serious.
Talking about Paul Pierce.
Defense.
That's a really good year. That's a good year. We're talking about all-time level, not best wing defender in the league can average 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017, but gets hurt in the playoffs. 2019, 2020, but blows a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. 2021, but gets hurt in the playoffs. And then after that, it's not really hitting the same.
So it's really 2 seasons.
You got 4 years, but 3 of them he gets hurt in the playoffs.
He didn't even now Mars. You just named those years. Now watch this, everybody. Mars, how many games did he play in those years you just named?
Oh God. Kawhi played. Okay, so in 2017, Kawhi was healthy. He played 74 games.
Then got hurt in the playoffs. Now it only gets worse.
Then 2019, he played 60 games.
Man down.
Then 2020, he played 57.
Man all the way down.
He played 52. That's out of 72 games, to be fair. That's out of 72. So it's not as bad, but it's still not great. He's still missing double-digit games consistently. And the best he's done since 2017 is played 68. And that's the year where he got the extension.
He got paid, yeah.
Yeah, so he played 68, got his extension. And that year, he missed the playoffs because he was hurt.
Missed the playoffs.
So, I mean...
Now, Mark, does Kawhi to you, did he, in any of those years you named, how many of those years do you think he cleared LeBron James?
Clear? None.
Right, no, so see, that's my point. How many, hold on. So in those years you just named, how many of those years do you think he cleared Kevin Durant?
I don't think there's been a day in Kawhi.
No. Mark, answer that question. You just said no with LeBron. How many of those years you just named? How many of those years you think he cleared Kevin Durant as a player?
Never. I don't think he's ever cleared Kevin Durant. Ever in his life.
So now that's hold on. So now we doing it well. It's over with for this dude. We can't even put him as the number one guy all those years. They were saying he was putting up these great NBA Hall of Fame seasons.
Okay, but
that's because he played at the same time as LeBron James.
I mean, but I would argue LeBron and KD are 2 of the top 3 small forwards ever.
You're also comparing him to Paul Pierce. Like Paul Pierce.
But wasn't all those guys playing against the all-world players too? Kobe, AI, all those guys.
When did they have that year?
No, I'm saying to you.
Pierce was losing.
In every era, in all these eras we talking about, these guys were playing against great guys.
Yeah, agreed.
So you can't say.
Ticket. I'm confused right now.
I'm not confused. My whole point is this. You telling me more years make you better. Yes, bro.
Real talk. Leave it alone. Real talk, please.
Real talk. Check this out. Real talk. Check this out.
So why LeBron not better than Mike?
Hold on. You're not listening. Because he's been in the league. He's been in the league all these years. He's been able to create his teams for the most part of these years, and he still lost 6 NBA Finals in these years. So he still hasn't even crossed the bar of championships, even though he's been in the league damn near double the time.
Does that answer your question?
When he playing better comp?
No, he's not better comp. What are you talking about better comp? What are you talking? Hold on, my man. What are you saying better comp? What do you mean better comp?
Man, look here, man. When did Jordan ever play a 2017 or 2018 Warriors?
What are you talking about? Jordan was playing 60 teams. Jordan was playing 60 plus win teams damn near every year in the finals, bro.
I ain't talking about no 60 plus wins, nigga. I said, look, no.
Those are all time. Hold on.
With role players and superstars.
The team Jordan was playing were all-time great teams. Those Phoenix Suns teams Those are some all-time great teams. That Seattle Supersonics team, all-time great team, buddy.
The Jazz team,
bro.
All-time great.
Hold on. Talking about the Utah Jazz, all-time great
This
team.
nigga funny, bro.
they have like
Hold on.
The Jazz were good.
The only reason they didn't win it. Hold on. The only reason they didn't win the chip was because of Mike.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens when you.
Yo, ticket.
That's it, right? Hold on. So that shows you the level of greatness. That's the only reason they didn't win the chip was because of Mike. So all those teams,
they lost the. So don't it work that the Warriors were able to prove they all-time great by beating LeBron?
But no, that's not true.
How is it not true?
What?
My man, hold on. Let me say this to you right now. Y'all called them an all-world team, and they almost got ran down by the Houston Rockets.
I ain't talking about what almost happened.
No. I'm saying, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Pat
Rockets
Beverly
went to 7.
Hold on. Let me get this clear. They're this all-world team, but Pat Beverly and the Clippers took them 6 games in the playoffs. They're this all-world team, but they would have lost. Hold on.
What are we doing?
Hold on. They would have lost to the Houston Rockets and titties over title James Harden if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. Hold on. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, they lose that series. So hold on. This team you call it all-world. Hold on. This team you call it all-world unbeatable. They were very beatable. In fact, most people thought they were going to lose that series when they were down to the Houston Rockets before Chris Paul got hurt. Most people couldn't believe that the Warriors won 6 games with Pat Beverly on the team. Come on, bro. Cut it out.
Wait. So you telling me in 2017 and 2018, hold on. With 2017 and 2018, you telling me that the Warriors weren't the overwhelming favorites to win the chip?
No. When they win that series with the Houston Rockets, a lot of people thought Houston could win that series based off the team they had with Chris Paul, James Harden. Hold on. And especially after they went up, most people thought it was over. They didn't even give them a chance to get back in the series. They thought that shit was over.
Nobody.
Most people, Mars. How many people thought that the Golden State Warriors were cooked when CP3 and them were up in that series?
Okay, we're not gonna. When the Rockets were up 3-2, we're not gonna act like no one thought the Rockets were gonna win.
They thought that shit was over.
They were favored.
We're not gonna act oblivious to reality.
That was absolutely a series. It was absolutely a series.
It wasn't over. He's saying
obviously it wasn't over. They ended up losing. But the Rockets, people definitely thought once the Rockets went up 3-2,
the reason why
they definitely thought they could win.
They lost due to the injury to Chris Paul. We all pretty much know that, right? So they would have hold on. That series might not even win 7 if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. So let's talk about that. So we ain't even going. So hold on, Mars. I'm gonna do him even dirtier. Mars, I'm gonna do him even dirtier. So the other brother over here, right? He said he was talking about SGA and them having all-world defense, all-world team. They won 7 games with a team that y'all had said it was underrated in the Indiana Pacers. They won 7 games with the Denver Nuggets. They was going 7 games with all these teams. How great are they that they had to go 7 games to eat these series out down the stretch of these series? So it's not showing you a all-world gap in between those teams. It's just showing you one guy and one team were greater in the biggest moments in that series than another team. But we all know one thing. If Chris Paul do not get hurt in that series, they're toast. The Golden State Warriors.
I do not know that. Bro. I think you can assume that. We don't know that to be a fact.
So hold on. So that's my point to you. So here's my point. So Michael Jordan played all-world great teams. That Phoenix Suns team that won 60+ games, you know their names because they were great. You know Dan Marley because he was great, right?
No,
you know. Okay. So Mars, we just talking. So Mars, we just talking, Mars. We don't know Dan Marley. We don't know Kevin Johnson. We don't know Kevin Johnson. We don't know any of these guys. We don't know any of these guys on those teams. We don't know the Lakers team. We don't know the Lakers team that they played. That was great.
You telling me these Utah teams are on par with?
Yes. The Utah Jazz. Hold on. The Utah Jazz. Hold on, sir. The Utah Jazz.
The teams I'm talking about only lost to LeBron.
Hold on, my man. Let me say this to you.
I'm talking about Utah wasn't just losing.
I'm about to tell you something, brother. The Utah Jazz had one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. One of the greatest power forwards. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. They had one of the greatest point guards in NBA history, one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, and one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. They lost to Mike, dog. Cut it out. That was an all-time great.
What are you talking, bro? They
didn't lose
haven't
any other.
lost
Wait.
in
They
the
didn't
playoffs.
lose any other team with
I don't
man.
want to
These
hear that,
dudes, man. Y'all dudes is crazy,
Bro,
man.
what?
Did they?
Bro.
They did. Wait. Did they not lose to
I'm
any
giving
other
you. Hold on,
team
my man. I'm
with
giving you.
Malone and Stockton?
Hold on. I'm giving you examples. So those teams was winning 60+ games in that era, which it was harder to win 60+
And then what
games
happened
in
in the
that era.
playoffs? And then what happened in the playoffs?
They lost in the NBA Finals, nigga. What you mean the playoffs? The
No,
finals.
no,
What
they
happened in the
didn't.
finals?
No, they didn't. Not every year. Not every
No.
year.
I'm
Not every
talking
year. What
about
happened?
those teams. You're not listening. I said teams. I didn't say
This nigga dumb.
franchise.
This
I
nigga
said
dumb.
Weren't they
in
running like the
individual
same
years.
team every? Oh my goodness.
Okay, so hold on. Let me eat to all y'all's
It's
point
two.
then.
So we're only
Since all
counting
y'all
2 years where
talking,
they
hold
got to
on.
the finals.
Since all y'all
That's
talking
it.
shit, hold on.
Come
Since
on,
all y'all
man.
talking shit, let me eat to y'all's point. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you his levels to this shit, right? So, Dirk Nowitzki, what did he do against the super team when he was down 2-1 in the series? He walked him down and didn't even go 7.
That did happen.
So now that ends Joe. Oh well, this team. So, but Miami, he was supposed to be an all-time great team. They were supposed to be, right? But they got walked down by Dirk Nowitzki and role
What are you
players.
talking about?
And I'm about to tell you what I'm talking
Hey
about.
man, shout out to Chad, man. Shout out to all
You
the
don't
mods.
understand the point
I'm
that's
about to tell
being
you what I'm
made
talking
here.
about. He's trying to downplay
No, I
the
don't.
greatness. Hold on. Let me
I don't,
He's
man.
trying to
You guys are
downplay.
just oblivious.
Hold on. He's
Go ahead,
trying to downplay the greatness of the teams Mike played in the finals. And I said those are great teams. But y'all would call the Miami Heat team great, but they got smoked by Dirk Nowitzki and role players.
Yeah, they lost in the finals.
That's who.
Wait.
Charles Barkley lost to.
Wait. Take it.
Are you not listening?
I'm
That's what I
listening
just said
to
to you. Hold on, my brother. I
you.
just said that to you about the Jazz. The Jazz lost 2 times to the Bulls in the finals. The Suns, the
What happened
Supersonics
before that, nigga?
lost in the finals.
What
The
happened
Suns
before
lost in the
that?
finals. All those teams lost in the finals. But
Wait. Because you bringing up Karl Malone and John
all
Stockton
great, all world. I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
My
They
whole
were
point
together.
is
Wait. Take it. They were together
Please,
in
real talk.
1995 when they won 60 games. They got that ass packed up in the first round.
You're not
They won
listening,
60
bro.
games that
Hey, real
year.
talk.
Karl Malone was on the team.
Real talk.
Stockton was on the team. They got bounced in the
Hold on, real
first
talk.
round.
This
They
the
weren't
point you
together
missing,
for
bro.
2
This the point you
years. They were
missing.
together for
Hold on,
more
this the
than 2
point.
years.
This the point you missing. For you to be an all-time great team doesn't mean you have to have a whole decade of greatness. That one team could have been great. All-time great team. That's what I'm talking about. So listen, that team that Michael Jordan played in the finals with the Utah Jazz, with Karl Malone, with John Stockton, with Jeff Hornacek, and all those other great role players they had, Anton Carr, and all those other guys, Greg Ostertag. Those were great all-time teams. Those were when you go into NBA history. Hold on, my brother. Hold on. Real talk. I'm finna smoke you right now. Listen. So when you go in the history of NBA, now check this out, Mars. We talk about all-time great teams, right, Mars?
Yeah.
Now, Mars, tell me one thing right now. Who's an all-time great team in the league right now, Mars? Right, and this year, who's an all-time great team in the league? OKC, that's it.
OKC, yeah.
That's it. Okay, last year, who was the all-time great team? All time, you go back and look at them and say, man, they were great all time.
OKC.
Last year.
Boston.
Go to the year before last. Who you gonna say, hey man, that was an all-time great team, right?
Boston.
Okay, now what's Boston like right now? All right then. All right then. This that Easter, that shit that make they soul burn slow. So like I said, hold on. So they was great then. Hold on, they was great then, but they ain't shit now. That's my point. But that doesn't take away from them being great then. So what I'm saying to you is that the teams that Jordan played, the teams that Jordan played in the finals at them times, those were all world great teams. You will forever remember those teams in NBA history. If you can forever remember these teams in NBA history, they were all-time great teams. So those Jazz teams, we'll never forget about those Jazz teams. The Suns team, we'll never forget about them. The Seattle Supersonics team with Hershey Hawkins, with Gary Payton, with Sean Kemp, and George Karl, legendary coach. We'll never forget about those. Those were all-time great teams. So we're not going to take that away. So again, now when you look at
their all-time great teams,
yeah, bro.
Real talk. That 1998.
The reason why those are hold on. The reason why those
just one thing. One quick fact.
Hey, hold on. most of the reason why those were real all-time great teams because of what they did that season, plus the talent they had on the team. Most of those teams had multiple Hall of Famers. Because in the Hall right now,
Cavs
there was
last
on
year
those
as
teams.
well.
So cut it out. Cut the shit, bro.
No, they're good teams. Obviously,
No.
teams.
Ain't no good team. No, bro.
All-time great team.
So the 04 Pistons.
The only reason you don't call them all-time greats is they didn't win a championship.
Hey, real talk. Hold on.
No,
The
it's
04
not
Pistons.
the only reason.
The 04 Pistons.
No. If when the Cavs get all the praise because they beat a 73-9 team, right?
Thank you.
If the Sonics would have beat the 72-10 team, would they not be called an all-time great team?
Thank you, Mars.
No, they don't have.
I see the point.
One more thing. That 98 Utah Jazz.
Thank you, Mars.
98 Utah Jazz swept the 4 All-Star team.
That's actually a perfect example. That's actually a perfect. Does anybody say that the 2016 Cavs are an all-time great team? Nobody says that.
They are, though.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
They
about?
are an all-time great
What are you
team.
talking about?
Who calls 2016 Cavs an all-time great team?
Bro,
I do.
everybody, bro. All these people call them, bro.
Who's saying this?
That's LeBron's legacy.
I've never heard of
That's his
that.
legacy right there.
People praise that 16 Cavs team to say
Okay,
they
so
won
explain
against
this.
all
Explain this. So the 2016 Warriors are considered an all-time great team by everyone. The Cavs beat that team, and let most people who control the narrative tell it. The Cavs were better than them in 2015 too. So the Cavs were better than the Warriors both years in which the Warriors won 67 games and 73. The Cavs were better both years, but in your mind, no one considers them all-time great. But the Warriors are considered all-time great.
Hey, Mars.
Wait.
Mars. Hold on, Mars. Hey, Mars. Finish your breakfast. Hey, Mars. Finish your breakfast on this dude. They was not. Hold on. Everybody thought they were so great that the Golden State Warriors had to go get KD because they didn't think they was gonna win no more. Case closed, motherfucker.
Thank you.
That's the wait.
I mean, I think
Okay. One thing.
I gotta respond to two people. So what ended up happening was they beat the 2016 Warriors, correct?
73-19. Yep.
Correct. The 73-19. However, nobody was saying post them winning that championship that team as a collective that was playing Richard Jefferson and Iman Shumpert and Tristan Thompson was the all-time great team.
They had two Hall of Famers like all those other great teams.
What they said was it was a great triumph for LeBron considering the team that he played against.
Bro, they had two
Hall of Famers. So the team that was playing Leandro Barbosa was considered all-time.
Thank you, Mars.
When we rank LeBron teams, we ranked them this summer on the platform. We ranked them this summer on the platform. 2016 Cavs weren't even a top 5 LeBron team.
It's not even the best Cavs team.
Man,
hey, my bro,
rank them, man. That Cavs team.
That's what that sounds like to me. That just sounds like he had
4 championship does not make you an all-time
That Cavs
great
team had 2 Hall of Famers, bro. Cut it out, man. And Mars, how many games did the Cavs team won that year? How many games did they win that year?
And this is a year where Kyrie missed half the season.
I think it's like 57.
Yeah.
The so Cavs they didn't have an all-time great regular season.
I mean,
Kyrie missed half the season. That's disgusting.
Kyrie missed half the season. How many games they
won? They won 57 games that year, and Kyrie missed
half the season. And they go on and listen. This is how great they were. Like I said, they was picked to win the next year. So it wasn't that the Golden State Warriors was picked. It was a fluke. Draymond got no.
And they were picked to win before the year started. They were picked to win before the year started.
Right after the season ended, the Cavs were picked to win the championship again the next year.
That's because KD hadn't gone there yet.
And before the season started, they were picked to win.
Which means people thought they were better than the 73-9 all-time great team.
Right. That doesn't.
They were picked to win before the season started, bro.
Yes, hold on, you're not listening though.
To start the 16-17 season?
The team that wins.
No, before 2015-2016, the Cavs were the #1 contender.
Fact.
Well, yeah,
entering the season.
Yeah.
Right. Entering the season, they were. And by the way, the '98 Jazz swept the Lakers that had 4 All-Stars.
Yeah, that '98 Jazz team is definitely considered one of the best teams ever.
They swept a team with 4 All-Stars. Let that sink in.
The '98 Jazz were
swept a team with 4 All-Stars.
What team?
You cannot say that team was not good.
What team was that?
The Lakers with Eddie Jones and
Nick Van Exel, Kobe, and Shaq. They swept.
Didn't they have 4 All-Stars in that team?
What 90?
This is disgusting.
98. They swept the team with 4 All-Stars. The Lakers got 4 All-Stars
that
in
much
here, right,
talent
And
Mark?
the Cavs sweep a team with 4 All-Stars, people glaze it, but it's cool.
Right.
What
So
team?
You can't sweep a team with 4 All-Stars and not
Nobody
be an
glazes
all-time great
us.
team.
Stop. We're up there
Also,
lying right now.
the Lakers might have the
We're
best team in the
lying.
world, by the way.
Nobody calls that 2016 Cavs team an all-time team. When
Hey,
they
I'm
talk,
gonna
when I
run
say
a poll
all-time
on
team,
Hey, real
I'm
talk.
thinking
I'm
about
gonna say this to you.
some of them.
Hey, real talk. I'm gonna say
The
this. I'm gonna say this
Showtime
to you, real
teams
talk.
in the late 80s. I'm thinking about some of them Celtic teams in the mid 80s.
Are they a top 20 team?
At
all
86
time?
Celtics.
Hey, real talk. You lucky
What's
y'all
up?
come back to PCA.
Are they a top
like you
20
every day.
team all time?
Y'all dudes is lucky,
Like
man.
you
You lucky
can
y'all
win
don't
a
come back to
championship
PCA
and not
cook
run
dudes
all
like
time
you.
Nah.
great
Hey,
team.
Cook dudes like you
I ain't
every
gonna lie,
day.
bro. Hey, I fuck
Easy
with the
work.
energy. I
Easy
definitely
work.
fuck with the energy.
Easy
man.
work, man. Mars, this
definitely
work
work,
is easy.
man.
Mars, this is sparring right here, Mars. This is easy work right here, man. They gotta get some. They gotta get some big dogs in here, man. Don't have wannabe me's over there talking about the Denver Nuggets all day. Nah, you got to get some real big dogs back in the building. You understand what I'm saying? That command this thing. You understand? We built this thing, baby. Believe that. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure y'all don't never forget that shit either. From episode 1, when it was Ticket, Mars, J Will, and all them dudes, Chill Town, aka Grill Town. And somebody gonna get mad at Grill Town. They gonna gang up on him on the other channel because he was talking about Kawhi Leonard coming up short. They'll gang up on him and act like he's telling a lie. No, this ain't a lie. It's the truth. So again, I just came in here today to lay the bid down. And just one last nugget, Mars, before I leave. Shea is the MVP. He has surpassed Jokic. There's no chance that Jokic can win the MVP with the way Shea has been playing. And anybody who thinks that, like the Whack Attack and these other dudes, are completely delusional, lying to themselves, and they are what they call LeBron James fans. Period. You cannot be impartial about Nikola Jokic. Jokic is a great player. Nobody can ever take that away from Jokic. But those guys do what they talk about everybody else do for LeBron James. They tear all his teammates down and raise and praise him up and act like he do everything by himself. That's why so many people have a disdain towards Jokic, because of guys like him. See what I'm saying? So let's just tell the truth. Shea right now, the run he's on, bro, it's going to be hard if he wins the championship this year. MVP. Mars, does he have a chance to win a scoring title too this year?
He does. Luka's averaging 35 though, so I don't know if he'll do it. But
yeah, but Luka might not play enough games. He keep on.
Yeah, he might not.
All these games and get hurt.
He's only missed like 4.
What you think about?
No, hold on, my man who just said that. You got to listen to one thing. Luka's missing like games here and there right now, but if he gets an injury, which he normally does, that'll hold him out 10 games. He's toast.
No,
see, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about if
65 though.
No, you're not listening. I'm saying these little games he's missed already in the beginning of the season. He can't afford to go on a streak where like Giannis, where he gets hurt and miss like 10 games. Luka does that all the time, where he misses like.
But that doesn't affect the scoring title, though.
No, you're not. It does.
How many games do you have to play for the scoring?
65 games.
It's 58
65.
games.
You have to play
65 doesn't affect that.
58 for the
Hold
scoring.
on, it's different for the scoring title.
I don't know the criteria.
I know the rules.
I
The rules
they
is
saying it's just 58 for the scoring title.
it's 58.
Oh,
and
okay.
if you play less than 58, then it's just you're told.
By the way, Shea is only 1 season away from passing Kawhi in total points.
Right. So let's talk about that.
And he's played half the season that Kawhi played.
Hey Mars, and I'm gonna tell you like this, Mars, and I know a lot of people gonna get mad. If Shea do the hat trick and he wins the chip, Finals MVP again this year, bro, let me say this to you. He passes. He automatically. I've already got him. I ain't gonna say that, but KD out of there.
I knew you was gonna say KD.
Kawhi, he already never had a chance. He already been passed. Jokic out of there. Let me see who else is up there right now that's in this era.
Giannis.
Oh, Giannis, he down. He got him down.
You saying if he win the chip?
Yeah,
no,
he was a chip.
If this man went, and hold on. First of all, they on a peak. They're on a plate to win 78, 79 games, bro. And the chip.
Yeah,
bro. If he does that, wins the chip in the finals.
He way up. Yeah,
bro. He passed
all 79 games.
If he wins 79 games,
all them dudes.
He's the captain of the best team ever. That's him.
All them dudes, bro. All of them. He passed all these dudes. James Harden. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Pass him. Pass all these guys. Keep naming names. CP3. No, CP3 ain't up there, but all these guys that are up there in the upper echelon of NBA history. He's the only guys he don't pass. is guys who had multiple world championships plus MVPs like Kobe, Magic, guys like that.
What about Hakeem?
Huh?
What about Hakeem?
Nah, I can't put him past Hakeem, man.
What about Duncan?
Because Hakeem was so dominant defensively too. He got to do more to pass Hakeem. Hakeem's defense, Mars, is what makes it hard for a lot of cats. You know what I'm saying? His defense make it hard for a lot of cats. But all them other dudes, Kevin Garnett, past him.
Magic.
You got him past Wade? Mars. He's going to get into the rivalry of guys like Larry Bird.
Yeah, he does already.
Oh, yeah, Larry Bird. Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah, he's going to get
You already got him past Wade?
Say what?
Yeah.
Yes.
You already got him past
If he does this, hold on. If he does this year, he passed D-Wade too.
Don't you already have him past Wade?
Who, me right now?
Yeah.
No, I got him like right under D-Wade.
Okay.
But if he does this year and he wins the chip, he passed D-Wade, bro. I'm sorry, man. Because I've seen too much from him as that guy. Remember, D-Wade won one, but LeBron came in and that's when they won again. Would D-Wade have ever won again without that LeBron?
I'm actually not mad at that.
Isaiah Thomas is already passed, I assume?
Yes, he passed Isaiah. If he does this year, he passed Isaiah. Isaiah never did nothing like this. Huh?
Already, right? He's already.
Bro, how many championships Isaiah got?
2.
He got 2.
So that means Shea would have 2 chips. Shea would have had a better season than Isaiah ever had.
Also,
He
you
would
have
have 2
2
MVPs. Oh, hold on, my man. Hold on. How many MVPs do Isaiah Thomas have, sir?
0. Yeah, he already passed Isaiah. We know that. He already lost.
No, I didn't say he already. I said if he does this year. If he does this year, he passes Isaiah Thomas, sir. Name one thing. Name something Isaiah Thomas would have did better than Shea. If Shea does. If he
Nothing.
I already think Shea's better than Isaiah.
Yeah,
Thomas.
me too.
Today, I think today he's
right now.
Oh, hey, hold on. So are you serious? Or are you trolling?
No,
we're
today,
serious.
right now, today.
Oh, okay,
I think
thought he was
better.
trolling. I'm about to say I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious.
Yep.
So I think he passed all those guys. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going, Mars. We keep naming names.
Well, what about Dirk? What about Dirk?
Oh, he passed Dirk. That ain't no question. He passed Dirk.
If
Dirk went to multiple finals and didn't close all those deals. He closed one of them, but Shea would have closed 2. And again, Shea went through the gauntlet last year. He literally went through the gauntlet. He went through Jokic. He went through
Ant.
He went through Ant-Man, the up and coming superstar, right? That had already been in the conference finals. And who they playing? What you call it, Mars? Who they playing?
No, Memphis doesn't count. We don't care about Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Memphis was
an
He
easy.
played
Memphis
Indiana in the finals.
They played Indiana in the
everybody
finals.
Cali and them.
Indiana went through everybody in the East. So yeah. You said what?
Is he better than Steph?
Nah, Steph got a unanimous MVP award. Steph got he would have to do just a little bit more to get past Steph.
What if he gets 2 more?
What about Moses Malone?
Yeah, I had to put him because he's lead the team. I had to put him past Moses. He lead the team. Moses still had another great player on his team.
Dr.
He
J.
better than Dr. J too.
Right. So I'm saying, oh yeah, he passed Dr. J. Yes. Bro, listen, Shea does this year, bro. Look, how many, bro? What? That means he would have. If Shea wins anywhere between 77 and 82 games, bro, fucking amazing.
77.
I'm telling you, do you know how hard it is to win 77 games in a
it would be insane. It would be insane.
I can't even win 77 on 2K for real.
Yeah, it'd be
and then hold on, you do that and then win the chip, bro. Come on, bro.
If they do that, like he got it. I'm sorry, he's the GOAT.
What about Wilt Chamberlain?
No. Mark, Wilt was out here putting up 50, 20, and got there going.
Not 77 wins though.
Yeah, but still,
Wilt
only has 2 chips.
Yeah, but still, how many MVPs Wilt got?
4.
Yeah, he got 4, but
yeah. So I mean, we still hard. We still got it. He's still like he would have to 3-peat for me to say that about Wilt. It's certain guys. Like here's the guys I wouldn't put him past: Mike, Kobe, Kareem, Wilt,
Shaq.
Damn,
oh, you know what? Hey, Ticket. Hey, Donkey never went back to back.
Stop right there. Hold on. Stop right there. That's a great one right there. That motherfucker.
Oh, don't say he's gonna pass Shaq.
I ain't gonna pause. Hold on, Mars.
No.
Shaq didn't win unanimously.
We know Shaq got, and I love Shaq. We know Shaq got 2 MVPs. But check it out, Mars.
One.
Shaq underachieved in his career too, if we be honest.
Ticket, he 3-peated and then averaged 36
I just talk about, but
in
he
the
had. But Mars, here's the thing: Shaq had Kobe.
Steph had KD, but you're willing to have Steph above him.
But listen, Mars. But Steph also won a couple championships without KD.
Shaq won without Kobe.
No. I'm saying, but hold on. No, what I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying though. Shaq won one.
Yeah, but 2000, Kobe wasn't even like Kobe yet in 2000.
Shaq won one and fell off the map. Kobe got a couple. What you call it? Won a couple without Shaq.
Ticket, LeBron.
And you know Shaq's better than Shea. Ticket, you know Shaq's better than Shea.
I'm not saying Mars. Listen, I'm not saying if you told me I had to draft and I had to pick, I'm picking Shaq first. Okay. But all-time ranking, I have to put him over Shaq. If he does this back to back like this without no Kobe on his team, come on, bro.
So it's better than Duncan. Because Duncan didn't go back to
But Kareem had Magic, but you'll have Kareem over.
Yeah. No, because listen, Mars, Kareem had already won a championship over in Milwaukee.
So because Shaq lost in the finals.
Yeah, hey man, Mars, Shaq, hold on. I love Shaq, but Shaq highly underachieved. Shaq never won Defensive Player of the Year award, right? And he could have, but he underachieved on that front. And Shaq's prime was way smaller than what it should have been. He got dominated in
10 years. It was like 10 years.
It's like rookie year to 06.
He got dominated in the NBA Finals against Hakeem. He struggled in the Western Conference against all those great big men until he got to the until he got to the NBA Finals and played those weak centers in the East. And then one year he played the strong center. He was still okay when he played Ben Wallace.
Oh my God.
That part is true. Yeah.
That's true. So again, because if you think about this, Mars, if they were playing Western Conference teams and that was the finals, Kobe Bryant would have
won the finals MVP.
Kobe Bryant would have been the finals MVP a lot of those years, Mars. So
that part is true. I agree with that. For sure.
You got to go to the East and play big, weak ass dudes like what was the big man from the New Jersey Nets? What was his name?
McCullough.
Yeah, you get to play dudes like that. Come on, man. You gonna give an old ass Dikembe Mutombo where he was elbowing him in the throat, knocking this dude through the basket because Mutombo he outweighed him by 120 pounds. Come on, man. Cut it out, bro.
What about LeBron?
No. Because LeBron is still kind of Shea would need if Shea three-peated, I'll put him past LeBron.
What? Get out of here, bro.
Oh shit!
Hold on, let me say this to you. Hold on, because this is a strong possibility. We not really talk about this. It's a strong possibility that Shea could win 3 to 4 championships with this team. They're young. They got a great GM who know how to draft, and they got all the strippers draft picks. They're going to get one of the best players in the draft again this year. That's crazy. So what if they go get the Boozer twin? What if they get the Boozer twin this year in the draft? Bro, so that extends their period. They hold on. They've got an underrated great coach who's going to go down as an all-time great coach if he wins the championship again this year. Right?
Could he be the GOAT? It sounds like he could be the GOAT.
Then they have one of the greatest GMs in NBA history. And Sam Preston. One of the greatest, not even a question. Every single year this dude hit, he don't miss on the draft.
Except for like 2010s.
Think about this. They still got 3 more of those Clippers picks and 2 first-round pick swaps. So they're going to get the strippers are going to be sorry as hell. They're going to get all those picks. Oh, great picks. Bro, them mofos ain't going nowhere, man. As long as Shea stay healthy, bro, it's a problem, bro. And I thought this year they might come out a little lax days they want. Bro, they came out on business, bro. That lets you know this team is not playing no games.
Yeah, they serious.
So is Shea about to be the GOAT?
Wait, what does he have to do to pass MJ?
Win 6 and not never lose in the finals.
But he can win 3 and pass.
He would do that.
It's doable.
You have to do everything, Jordan.
You
have to do everything, Jordan.
What?
3-peat twice. Yeah, hold on. You said be better. I'm about to get to you. You said, what does he have to do to be better than Mike? He is a 3-peat twice, never lose in the finals, win more regular season MVPs, win all 6 finals MVPs, win as many scoring titles as Mike, right? Win as many defensive, win a scoring title and a defensive player of the year award and an MVP in the
scoring titles is crazy.
And I was looking a little bit less doable.
You just asked. Hold on. You just asked me what he has.
Him scoring titles is crazy, bro.
What about the scoring titles?
I'm telling you,
if he wins 1 more ring,
you asked me what I think he has.
2 more.
Hold on. The bar. Mike set the bar so high to pass him. You have to do extra work.
7 rings?
Say what?
What if he gets 7 rings in 7
Hold
finals?
on. If he's the finals MVP every time, he wins 7 rings, never lose in the finals. And yeah, he would be the GOAT. Obviously.
So what if he goes?
You know what? Let me put this one out there.
This is the last thing, and we gotta move on because we got.
What if he goes 7-1?
What about if Shea just 4 peats, but them the only 4 championships he won?
Nah, he can't. But still, because think about this. Nobody had Mike losing when he retired. They thought Mike was going. He was still picking.
No, we can't be giving Mike.
Hold on, hold on.
I got aura, bro.
Let me get this to you. Let me get this to you. And the Bulls would have came back. They'd have been at an advantage because they had a short season that next season. That was a lockout season. So they would have had a lot of rest in the off season. It would have been like a normal win another championship. Got to
I think I lost when he came back.
No, they would have had a long break to recover.
That didn't count. He was a baseball body. That's a baseball.
I'm saying because you letting Shea pass people up for doing something that like they ain't do.
No, I'm not. I'm saying to you. You asked me what can Shea do to pass Mike? Do everything Mike did and more.
But why does he have to do that?
Because that's what the bar is. When you come on here and you talk with Mars and you want to be better than Mars at debating, guess what you got to do? You got to go one-on-one with Mars and you got to repeatedly smoke Mars and beat him. And you got to everything Mars been doing, the work he been putting in for the last 3, 4, 5 years, however long he's been on here. You got to do all that and some and elevate in order to be better than him. You just can't come on here for 1, 2 days, 3, 4, 5 days, 2, 3, 4 months and say I'm better than this guy. No, you got to consistently do what he do better than him to be better than him. Period, bro.
No one's done that yet. Yeah, facts.
That's my whole reason why I said what I said about Kawhi.
No, we're not bringing up Bill Russell today.
That's the reason why I said what I said about Kawhi. Kawhi is
Tim Duncan never went back to back.
Right.
So if Shea goes back to back,
he passed Kawhi.
He passed Tim Duncan.
Yes. Y'all don't want to do y'all don't want to do that, but it's
He's
true.
not answering the question.
Y'all don't want to do that, but it's true, bro. It's true. All the stuff we saying to y'all is true, bro. If this man closed these deals, and it's highly possible that he can do it. Why? Great drafting, great front office, excellent coaching, and they got a young coach. He ain't no old dude like Phil Jackson and Popovich that's at the end that may drop dead next week. That ain't him. They got a young coach that's great. That ain't going nowhere. Then you got all these young draft picks they got. They have done well with draft. Bro, J-Dog's a fucking all-star in 3 years, bro. Come on, man.
But is he better than Tim Duncan, though?
So what do you think? What do you think if he's the number 1 overall?
He's not answering the question.
Who do you think they taking in the draft if they get the number 1 overall pick, Mars? Who do you think they taking?
They can pick who they want. Like
I'm asking, who do you think they're taking in the draft?
We all agree.
I would probably take Boozer. I would probably take Boozer.
Right. So if they get Boozer, what do you think that does for them in 2 years? They get Boozer. We're keeping their window open.
Yeah, they're gonna be on top of the league for a while.
Come on, bro. With that coaching, you're going in there with that coaching and that type of system where you see everybody eats over there. It ain't no egos. They all do press conferences together. So ain't nobody talking no shit about, hey man, I'm the man and I'm this and I'm that. And this guy need to be on the bench and all that bullshit that you see going on with Rich Paul and the Lakers. You don't see that shit over there. So that's what I'm saying to y'all. That Shea has the realest possibility out of anybody to really do damage.
You still never answered the Tim Duncan question.
What's the Tim Duncan question?
Because Tim Duncan never went back to back.
Hold on.
So if Shea goes back to back this year,
no. Tim Duncan got 4 world championships though, bro.
LeBron, what?
Hold on. I didn't push Shea past LeBron, sir. What are you talking about?
You said if he wins a ring next, like three peats, he passes LeBron.
I said if he 3-peat, come on. That's different.
Yeah, LeBron never 3-peat.
Hold on. That's different than LeBron James winning a back-to-back with D Wade and Chris Bosh. If he 3-peated, the man 3-peated with J-Dog and
team is better though.
If he 3-peats, is he over Duncan? If he 3-peats?
If he 3-peats and win 3 MVPs,
3 Finals MVPs, 3
MVPs. We having a real conversation right then.
3 hat-tricks.
Mark, you got Tim Duncan over LeBron.
Yeah, we do not have time for that.
Mars.
I didn't know that.
You know how hard it is to win 3 in a row and 3 MVPs?
There's a reason no one's won 3 in a row with 3 MVPs since.
Try to tell you, bro. That's a real conversation.
Bill Russell passed Jordan.
The real GOAT did it.
Yeah, Bill Russell did it, but
y'all keep saying, hold on, y'all keep trying to make trick questions, bro. It ain't no trick to this. If Shea continues to do, if Shea, everybody on this channel knows he's on a legendary run right now. Yes. Think about this, y'all. Think about this. If Jokic would have continued his legendary run and just kept winning championships, it would have been undeniable, regardless of who he was playing against, where he is all time as far as his ranking above all time great big men.
I mean, I swipe him. He's probably the
now that he has stopped winning, that is going to count. That's going to be a mark against him that he's putting up all these great numbers but can't win. And especially when you look at his roster, everybody's shooting over 40% from the three. Some cats shooting over 50, and you got most of them cats shooting damn near 50% from the field. He's got like 6 guys in double figures, so it ain't like he's playing with scrubs.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to do.
He's playing with two current dudes that could be all-stars this year. Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. It's not a question. So for him,
the guy who was on his team last year is averaging 26 right now.
Right. So for him not to be winning, that does kind of take away from him. For him not to have won after he won that championship. To me, he should. If he would have won back to back with everything else Jokic has done, we having this is a whole different conversation. But that's why I'm saying with Shea. Look at how the Nuggets came back from when they won a chip, and look at how OKC's come back. OKC on business, man. This team ain't going nowhere, bro. This team on business. They on foundation. Their coach has the right pulse of this team. And again, the general manager, the dumbass fucking Kawhi and the strippers, gave these motherfuckers a dynasty. They gave them all the draft. They don't even got to go get free agents, Mars. They don't even have to go pay to get high-end free agents. They're getting top 3 draft picks every year for it because the Clippers are going to suck after this year.
Sounds like a super team to me.
The Lakers got to do it with Magic, and everyone was fine. So
Hold on. I mean, a super team can be built 2 different ways. We've seen super teams that have origin from the draft, which is respectable, and we've seen them where guys have just went and teamed up, which people don't think is respectable.
That's unethical.
No. But hold on. But here's the thing: those guys would all had to come be built up under Shea on the same team. J-Dog built up under Shea on the same team. Chet built up under Shea. They didn't come in over Shea. They came in under Shea, and they all built up. So that's different.
They had to learn from him.
Yeah, that's different than, for example, LeBron and the Miami Heat teaming up where D-Wade's got a championship, Chris Bosh, the leader of his team. They're all top 5 draft picks in the draft. That's different. So if Shea, like I said, that's not their fault the dumbass Clippers gave them picks. The Clippers are idiots. They're the ones that's going to get hit with the death penalty when it comes back to get guilty as hell and they get hit with another however many picks they lose. They're going to be sorry forever.
Which means that they lose their picks because OKC has them.
Hold on, you're not listening. But no, I'm saying they're going to get hit with more picks. So even if they don't have picks till 2030, they're not going to have picks till 2036 after they get hit with that death penalty. And then when you think about it, they're going to be so bad after this season. After the next 3 years, the Clippers are going to be ass, bro. They're going to be giving all those picks to OKC.
I think next year's the last pick they have from OKC.
Oh,
it's not looking
picks, buddy.
Bro, they're gonna be fine.
It's not looking good for this.
They're gonna be fine.
They got 5 first-round picks and 2 first-round pick swaps. So it ain't ending no time soon. None.
They got Cam Christie, bro. They're good.
Okay. That does. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up.
Hey, Mars, how many people we got in chat?
We got 300 and what is that? About 350 in here.
Yeah, that's right. We almost double up, baby. I'm gonna put up some more Mars whenever you come live and show love, man. And
we here on Wednesdays to get pull up.
I'm gonna pull up. Hey, Mars, and you tell that wanna be me over there, man. Hey, man, you never know when the great one's gonna pop up, baby. You never know when I can just pop up out of anywhere. You and tear the whole shit down. You never know, man. You never know, Mars. You never know, bro. Greatness.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to see you in the chat today.
Yeah, you never know. You put that in their ear holes. That want to be me over there impersonating all this time. Make sure you got my coffee hot when I come over there too.
God damn.
Who the want to be
you? Oh my.
Swiper.
He's nasty for that.
Anyway, that does. We're gonna wrap things up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna move everyone out. Today's been productive. Today's been very interesting, to say the least. Before we get up out of here, real talk, is there anything you want to say to the people? Actually, you actually do need to say something to the people because we no longer are going to be on playback for Ball Don't Lie on Saturdays. So where can the people find you?
So you can catch us still on YouTube. We'll be on YouTube Live via StreamYard. So that's where the next episode of Ball Online will be held, solely on my YouTube page. So make sure that you pull up there next week. I mean, well, no, not next. This Saturday, it's going to be a very fun episode. Planned though. That's more of a planned episode. What we got today was a treat. You know, me and Mars, we were not expecting this whatsoever. We didn't know Ticket was gonna pull up. Shout out to Ticket, man. That's why you got to pull up to these Ball On Lives, man. You never know who'll pop up. You never know. You know, me and Mars, we know a few people. We cool a few people. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who's gonna be in the chat. So make sure y'all are always pulling up, man. I enjoyed myself today. I think our last 2 episodes have been some peak content. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I'm not gonna lie, for 9 episodes, you've had some bangers in the first time.
I'm saying.
We got a good little thing going on here. I ain't gonna lie. People tap in, keep tapping in, share the videos, get other people involved, all that good stuff. It's been great. But before we get out of here, so once again, Real Talk's link for his YouTube will be in the description. So make sure you go sub up there, because that's where the episodes will be from now on. They are normally put on YouTube while they're live on playback, but now they will just be fully on YouTube anyway. So subscribe there. But we do have a couple super chats. Obviously had no time to get to them while we were talking, so they're going to be here. Be True 2310 said, I want to stay close to my era for this what if and not a player. So I will say my biggest what if is how Orlando would have looked with T-Mac and Grant Hill. Yeah, if Grant Hill was a huge what if his ankle, right? I think it was his ankle. If his ankles didn't betray him and then T-Mac's back didn't go out, that's a wing duo that I think not many people can match. In terms of like Grant Hill's point forwardness.
Peak for peak, both those guys. Yeah,
Who do you think's better, by the way? Peak for peak.
That's a cool little question. I'm going McGrady though.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going McGrady. Bro, I'm dumb high on best version of Tracy McGrady. Like that is, I don't even have time for me to go into that. Yeah.
Oh, he said Tim Duncan too. Oh well, I mean, Tim Duncan. Yeah, shout out to Doc Rivers. Also, just actually add Penny Hardaway into that. 1 through 3. T-Mac, Penny, Grant Hill.
T-Mac, Penny, Grant.
I probably agree. T-Mac and Penny is, no disrespect to Grant Hill, but they're closer to me than Grant Hill is to Penny, in my opinion.
Although I know Grant's third, I still have him like with them, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they're all grouped together.
Yeah.
If one, let's say T-Mac's 100, I'll say Penny's like a 98. No, I'll say Penny's like a 98 and a half, and then Grant Hill would be like a 95 and a half, 95.75 to me. So it's closer, but all amazing. Yeah, interesting. They will play for the Magic. Dirty Dev said, keep cooking Ticket, and shout out to the Lion Dance basketball community. Yeah, keep cooking. I think Ticket cooked you and use. It's cool though. You rusty from the PCL. Drink More Water said, one what if that I think about is what if the cap didn't rise as much as it did in 2016? Obviously, you have the KD signing, but you also have a lot of players getting contracts that were used as trade filler. I think Alan Crabb infamously got like a crazy contract from Portland that summer. Yeah, I do think role players definitely got a boost on the market in 2016. I can't remember everyone's contract, but I actually do think that's an interesting what if. Like, because that spike that year was insane and it allowed for a lot of interesting things. Unfortunately, we don't have time to get into it because I told Real Talk we weren't going to go over 2 hours today. But I think I can be forgiven. I didn't expect this.
This is fine.
It is what it is. But anyway, that does bring us to the end. Shout out to everyone who watched live. Shout out to everyone who's going to watch after the fact. Leave a comment of guys who you view as what ifs. Obviously, I know a lot of the comments are going to be about your opinion on Shea, since we spoke about Shea and Kawhi a lot. But thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas. And goodbye, Dab.